We are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico. And if you are watching and listening to this, you are the resistance. So we're going on a world tour. I started this world tour back 6 years ago, actually longer. But the thing is, when I first began it, I went into it with the wrong mindset. It wasn't a biblical mindset. It was, well, actually, it was, but I wasn't quite there yet. So I had a different understanding of what I did a couple years after I began the world tour, searching for this lost civilization that was just completely disappeared, right? Very advanced, created these magnificent structures and then disappeared. So nothing made sense. I looked into it for many years and I stumbled upon Tartaria. And I looked into Tartaria for like a year. Tartaria is a mess because it doesn't make sense. It's a complete lie. And that's what I realized really fast, that Tartaria is a cover-up for biblical prophecy, which took place in Genesis. I've searched this whole world from every continent, every island, every nation, every city, every village, every town. I've gone through everything, through drone video footage from above, from videos on the ground, walking, driving, every city on earth over the past 6 years on one mission and one mission only, to find this lost civilization that I knew was not Tartaria. And I'll tell you right now, it isn't Tartaria. There is no evidence of Tartarians worldwide that created this empire. What I did find, though, was biblical proof of the prophecy that took place in Genesis. And I'm actually ready to show it to you now. All the evidence is there. I'm not going to show you black and white pictures, what ifs, what could have been, old footage from the World's Fairs that don't exist anymore. I'm able to prove this to you, this Bible prophecy, by taking you to these cities right now as they are today. It's all right there, hidden in plain sight. So we're going to start off with Austria. Good to see you, Love Butterfly. Share this live out. Subscribe, everyone. This is going to be one hell of a series. I'm not going to stop until either something dies or I get tired, or you know what I mean? So we're going to go as long as possible, cover as many cities, nations as we can, because that's what we need. We need we need mass amounts of this. So the more cities, the more you see, the more you'll be able to understand and put it together, right? How about somewhere in Egypt? Been all over Egypt. What a mess. It doesn't, I'll show you the cities. Wickerman says, hi, Nico, and hello, End Times. So let's start off with Austria. So this is how you do it. You got to look at all kinds of videos, from drone footage over the cities, walking tours through the cities, and then obviously like travel videos. So let's start off with as you can see, flashing already the buildings, the structures.
Ready to dive into the captivating culture, stunning architecture, and rich heritage of Vienna, Austria? Before you start packing your bags, join us for how to spend 2 days in Vienna.
2 days in Vienna. So here we go. We're going to pause it right there. What we're going to see, prepare yourselves, because this is going to change everything. How you view the world, how you view anything and everything, how you ever travel anywhere ever again. I'm going to take away that excitement, because there is no excitement of traveling and mystery. I'm just going to show everything to you right now. And what you're going to see is every city is exactly the same. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. You're going to hear a lot about Baroque architecture, colonial, Renaissance, Victorian, French, British, Portuguese, Spanish. They're going to throw all these terminologies at you. Coco? They're going to put this false history into your mind. So wait, Wickerman saying this is where they bombed the hell out of Dresden. Dresden had many secrets. I've gone through Dresden. I've gone through Salzburg, Vienna. Bro, when you guys see what I have to show you and how I've discovered it, you've never seen this anyway. Yeah, be good, Coco. She knows I'm not live, and now she's choosing to do bad things. So we're going to play some video. We got a lot of cities to go through. So first of all, look at the structures. These aren't humanly made structures, but every city is based around them.
Gems that will...
Oh, look at this. So again, we have cobblestone roads. So this is Vienna, Austria. We got a structure here with curved limestone. It's perfect. We got lines. So look at the design here on the palace. You see these lines? We're going to see a lot of these lines worldwide, etched into concrete, etched into marble, etched into limestone. Do you see the way? So we got a curved arch here. So from the sides of the arch, all the lines are horizontal. But as we get to the curve, they go up and out, up and out. One goes straight up and out, up and out. We're going to see these columns everywhere. We're going to see impossible structures. We're going to see statues. We're going to see domes, concrete, limestone, curved rock domes, golden domes, green domes, copper domes, all kinds of domes. Look at the statues. We can't see closely, but I'm going to tell you right now, these are all statues of fallen angels. You're going to have a fountain, and there's the people walking around.
Make your visit truly unforgettable.
We're going to see lots of cathedrals like this church here.
As we uncover hidden gems that will make your visit truly unforgettable.
All within the cities, all on cobblestone pedestrian pathways. So just get ready. I'm going to...
Stick around for exclusive local insights and exciting adventures that will take your trip to the next level.
So here's a city square. So here's a square with a park, with a statue. I found out, so this statue is worldwide, and it's said to be Queen Victoria. And I'm going to tell you right now that these statues of said Queen Victoria, the drag queen of Great Britain in the 1800s, this statue existed long before Queen Victoria ever was born. So this is statues of someone else, not Queen Victoria. But Queen Victoria was born and was raised to play the part to fit the statue, and just dressed in the same attire to say that, oh, the statue is of Queen Victoria because Queen Victoria is here ruling England. But what they don't tell you is that the statues existed long before the reign of Queen Victoria. These statues were here for centuries, if not millennia. So who is this woman on the throne? Is that Eve? Is it Lilith? Is it a Canaanite woman? Is it the wife of Cain, the wife of Ham, right? It's definitely not Queen Victoria. Remember, this is Vienna. So we got the city square, the angels high up on the building.
Don't forget to show some love by giving this video
the lines. Look for the lines. So we got... They're going to tell you what you could do for 2 days in Vienna. And I've done this for every city in the world, right? I've walked through every city. So the best time to visit, we don't need to hear that. Just look at from above. So a drone shot. So what I've realized is that, yes, the angels created the cities. They created the palaces for themselves. And then they created smaller little palaces for their governments, because that's where it all came from. They had human governors that resided in these houses close to the palace, right? More structures all over. So let's get to the ground.
mild weather and fewer crowds, perfect for exploring the city's outdoor.
So you're going to see a lot of pantheons like this with the slightly slanted triangle with the columns right here, which has no use but just to be there, right? But it's there in every city, every
splendors. Winter dazzles with Christmas.
You're gonna see a lot of streets like this, right? With all the angel buildings. This is the shopping pathway now, right? Look, there's Five Guys, restaurants, cafes, pubs, clothing stores. But notice how the buildings always curve around the street. So in Toronto, we have Front Street does that. It curves around. So they didn't just build the structures like straight. They went to work every day and says, how can we make our job more difficult? So they were curving rock, right? So you're going to see a lot of shopping, a lot of people just walking through these narrow cobblestone pathways between the structures.
Christmas markets, and the romance of snow, while
So here's another city square. This is Austria, Vienna. Let's just play it.
for around 15 USD per day and glide through the city's bike-friendly streets. Where to stay in Vienna? In Vienna, every district tells its own story. For those craving the pulse of the city, the Innenstadt offers historic charm with easy access to major sites. Prices here range from
Look at the pathway. So a pedestrian pathway. You got cafes set up in between. All these buildings were created by the fallen angels. You can see the floor, so cars don't go through here, but you'll see all the stores.
150 to 300 USD per night.
Sorry, I'm just going to play it and try and get through it because we've got a lot of cities to go through. You got a lot to see, that all the cities are the same, especially what we see on the news with war-torn countries. There's no war anywhere. So look at the structures. Old buildings. You can see designs and statues all the way up at the top. Make no sense. It looks like it was flooded. So here's the airport. So here we go. Let's go to one of the palaces now.
This Justizplatz. Your Vienna journey begins with a visit to the majestic 19th century Palace of Justice.
Okay, 19th century, give me a break. So this is another fallen angel structure. Look at the manner of stones. Look at the unnecessary columns, statues up here. Unbelievable stuff. So they call it the Palace of Justice.
Home to the Austrian Supreme Court, its grand facade stands as a testament to nobility and architectural prowess. But the true marvel lies within. As you enter the atrium, prepare to...
Wow. So not only is the outside of these structures just magnificent, once you go inside, it takes extraordinary to a new level, right? With all the materials from marble to granite to all the gold everywhere. So what I've noticed is that the angels use the finest materials in the world. They used gold, crystal, but one of the materials I've never seen them use is something that the world today considers the most valuable rock, which is diamond. The angels never used diamond, but yet here today, diamond is considered the most valuable stone. But we don't see it anywhere in these palaces, right? We see gold, crystal, marble, and granite, but never, ever, ever diamond. Diamond is a huge scam. My favorite session says Peppers and Soul. Yes, we're traveling the world. I've gone through every city and I've seen so much, and it's gotten repetitive, from Asia to the Middle East to South America to Africa. And it's about time I share it with you all. And a lot of you know exactly what I'm getting at because you've been there for the journey as well, right? So thank you. So here we go.
To be captivated by the grandeur of an ornate staircase.
So this is the courthouse in Vienna. And guess what? Toronto, the courthouse there at Queen Street, is an exact same replica building from the outside and the inside.
At the heart of which stands a statue of Lady Justice, surrounded by a breathtaking array of columns and intricate architectural details. Accessible from Monday to Friday between 7:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., closed on weekends, an early morning visit ensures a serene experience, free from the...
So you'll always have public access to these structures because they will always be, like they said, a courthouse. There's another pathway. There's another palace, a museum, library. Oh boy, what I have seen and found out. So, this is the National Library now. So we go from the Palace of Justice to the...
sight to behold.
We're going to see a lot of men on horses. This green horse statue is everywhere.
Here, marble statues...
So I've looked at a lot of the artwork on the ceilings, especially the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, but that's nothing compared to some of the other castles, the other buildings with the artwork, and the artwork tells the exact same story. And I can just spoil it for you right now. All the artwork and all these structures are artwork of angels coming down to heaven and intermingling with humanity. They show you what they did in their buildings, right? And then they put themselves on the structures everywhere. So again, angel wings, you're going to see all the woods, the gold, the marble. You're never going to see diamond. Diamond is not a fascinating rock. It's a scam.
Stained sentinel among walls lined with over 200,000 books, reaching up to the fresco-adorned ceiling. The library's grandeur is complemented by 4 stunning Venetian globes, creating a space where literature and art converge beautifully. Beyond the library, the complex is home to 5 museums, offering a treasure trove of discoveries for those fortunate enough to extend their stay beyond 2 days in Vienna. Open from Tuesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and until 9 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay, the library. So here we go. Cobbled stoneways, exactly like in London, leading up to Buckingham Palace. This one's leading up to...
By a striking turquoise dome crowning the entrance. As you cross into the complex, a stunning hall welcomes you. Home to both the entrance of the Sisi Museum and the Hofburg Palace, and the illustrious Spanish Writing School. Just a brief 3-minute walk from the Austrian National Library, Michaelerplatz is an ideal spot to visit if you find yourself with extra time before the library opens. It's a chance to soak in the square's beauty in a quieter setting, away from the usual.
So the square's beauty. So you're going to see, and look at this structure right here. I showed you these lines. You're going to see them everywhere. These lines are very, very significant and very important. And I believe I found out the actual use and meaning of these lines in the limestone in all the buildings worldwide. So remember this structure. Do I have to screenshot it? You see the way they start angling out over the arch? I'm going to explain it to you, but we need to see some more cities before I get to it. But already, this is Vienna, and it's mind-blowing with the cobblestone streets, and the pathways, and the lavish buildings, from the museum to the Palace of Justice to the
Usual hustle and bustle. Given its popularity, Michaelerplatz transforms into
angels everywhere. Remember, see, I don't know if you can see them, but I can see them. But in every video I've seen, not one person mentions or sees that there's angel statues on every structure. It's like they're invisible. So I don't know if I somehow freed myself from the spell, from the hypnosis that they put on the world, but hopefully you guys are free from this spell and can see the angels. But we're looking at angels. They're not Tartarians. They're not Romans. It's angels, right? And any angels that are here on earth are considered fallen angels.
one of the city's liveliest spots as the day progresses. An early visit offers a serene experience, allowing you to...
You're going to see this image a lot. So this is Vienna. So you're going through a pedestrian pathway. So no cars go through these pathways. They're amazingly done in cobblestone fashion. Fantastic roadways that have been there for centuries without a chip. On either side, you're going to see all the angel buildings. Some of them might be banks, Rolex, jewelry stores, chocolate, Karl Lagerfeld, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all leading up to a main structure, right?
to appreciate its charm and tranquility before the crowd sets in. Hofburg Palace, Hofburg Wein. The Hofburg in Vienna is a must-visit, offering hours of exploration through its historical buildings.
Angels on top. So this is a palace. Look at it. It's absolutely insane, and it's curved. And look on top, you'll see all the angels, very proud of their creation, on top.
Squares and gardens free of charge. Key attractions within the complex include Hofburg Palace, the Spanish writing...
Sorry. So Wickerman just said it. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong. Some cities from above look like circuitry on a circuit board. So this is exactly what I'm getting at. These cities that we're in, they are all designed and look like a computer circuit board. So when I was pointing out those lines on the walls and the way they're angled up everywhere, that's exactly how they look on a computer circuit board. So these, okay, I'm going to bring it up to you now, seeing as you brought it up so early. Let's just skip through some of the images here. So I'm going to show you just the manner of stone. Let's make it big again until I get to the lines on the side. Cathedrals. So you obviously know that these are cathedrals or cathodes, energy stations, right, for the city. So every city is based will have this building here. You'll also see like unnecessary scaffolding to make it look like they're constructing something, but there's nothing going on. The palace, insane, lined with angels on top. You can see them with their wings out. They're usually holding out crowns or blowing trumpets or holding swords. But this is the National Museum of Austria. They all look magnificent. Each one could be a palace, right?
Of Natural History or Kunsthistorisches Museum. Wednesday to Monday.
Is inside the museum. You'll see angel artwork on the ceilings or even above the pillars, or you'll see their faces. So the museum, you'll see all the same cathedrals. Another palace.
Century architectural gem that served as the summer retreat for the Habsburg royals is likely a highlight. Embark on a journey through time with tours of the staterooms and private apartment for the Habsburg royals is likely a highlight.
So you have to be quick because you have to notice the angels are always on top, either on the side, sometimes just one of them in the middle, but they're always up
Embark
there.
on a journey through time with tours of the staterooms and private apartments, offering a glimpse into the imperial lifestyle. Schönbrunn Palace welcomes visitors daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with its sprawling garden.
Yeah, so you can visit any of these palaces. And then you got to ask yourself, why do they allow us to visit them? Why do we go? Oh, here we go. So let's see what's going on this structure here. Another building. See the angels right there at the front of it. Angels on top.
For being spared.
So you got to learn to read the artwork now, like hieroglyphics, because a lot of it gives away the storyline of what took place at the time these buildings were being created.
During the 1713 plague outbreak, Emperor Charles VI commissioned its.
Yes, the garden did look like Gage Park. Gage Park is one of these angel structures, and I found another Gage Park, I think somewhere in Asia. I put it in one of my videos months ago, but I'll stumble upon it again, and you'll see the exact same layout, the exact same fountain that goes right all the way through, leading up stairway to the big fountain. Incredible stuff. So, and here's the structure here. Angels at the front.
Construction in honor of St. Charles Borromeo, celebrated for his dedication to avoiding past plague victims. Karlskirche distinguished itself with its Baroque architecture, featuring a grand dome typical of cathedral design.
So they say Baroque, colonial, Victorian. You're going to hear that in every city, every video. So again, we're just in Vienna now. Let's get to another city. Let's go. Oh, look, there's an angel close up. Does he say anything about it?
Over 2 days, inviting
Look at the inside now.
you to venture beyond the Innenstadt.
So that's Lucifer. So in all these churches worldwide, or cathedrals, or whatever they're calling them, you're going to see this triangle with all the rays coming out of it. That has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. They are worshiping the morning star, which is Lucifer. And you'll see all the angels throughout the churches, high up, like decked out, either in statue form, either gold right here up front. But just look at the it's insane. You got curved marble, flat and thin marble, marble curved around. It's just insane. So let's try and skip through. We got a lot to go through. More palaces, more libraries, more train stations. Is this Vienna train station? Because look at it, men on horses on top of buildings.
Afternoon, Vienna State Opera. A visit to the Vienna State Opera is essential to appreciate its distinguished.
These are winged horses, so angel horses or Pegasuses on the opera house. Again, so whether it's the library, a museum, the courthouse, opera house, what did I miss? The train station, government buildings, they're all gonna look like this.
Architecture. For the best view of the Opera House, stand in front of the Albertina Museum. This spot offers an unparalleled perspective of the building's grandeur. If you're interested in exploring the interior, consider joining a guided tour. These 40-minute tours are priced at approximately 14 USD and can be booked online. For those visiting from September to June, seizing the opportunity to experience a concert firsthand is highly recommended.
Okay, let's go to Sydney. So that's Austria. Let's go Australia. Somewhere completely opposite to where Europe is. 5 days in Sydney. Watch. So there you go, right there. So as it begins, you're going to see these structures always flash through the video. And then you're going to see a statue that looks like Queen Victoria. What's she doing there in Australia, right? 1 minute we see her in Austria. Now she's here in Australia. So this is Sydney. I walked through Sydney yesterday. It's absolutely insane. You think you're walking through Toronto. They're identical. So let's see what they have to show us in Sydney. You're going to see a lot of bridges over water leading into cities.
On a spectacular journey through Sydney, Australia, a city of dazzling harbors, iconic architecture, and vibrant street life. We're about to uncover the best ways to spend 5 days in this dynamic city. Stay tuned for exclusive tips and hidden spots that will make your Sydney adventure.
So here's a street in Sydney, which looks like any street downtown Toronto, with the stone like that on these fallen angel structures. So all the cities, I'm going to find and they're all designed exactly like a circuit board, with the main buildings being the hubs and the current being us, the people. We are the current, the energy moving through this, feeding this network that the fallen angels created. Yeah, this video sucks. Let's go to Armenia. I've been to places I never even knew existed, right? And found things. Armenia. Look, more curved buildings. More curved angel structures, more cobblestone pedestrian pathways. Look at the buildings. Cobblestone pathways. Here's the city square where you'll have people just gather. So this is Yerevan, Armenia. You'll see the structures there as he walks by. We're in one city square. So we went from Vienna to Sydney to Yerevan. I think they call this the pink city because a lot of the buildings are pink limestone. So look, you'll see another pathway, no cars in between the buildings. So either side, you'll have old angel buildings decked out with Massimo Dutti, all designer on the other side. So they'll have people walk through these pathways, past stores that 90% of people can't even afford to buy anything in anyway. Then you start to watch so many, you realize, wait, where am I? Why does every city look the same? Why is all the same stores, all the same cars, traffic, stop signs? You just realize. And then you start to see the little things like the lines in the limestone that look like they're put there for a reason, for current to travel through, like how electricity travels through on a circuit board. Okay, forget this. This is getting out of hand. Let's go to Bana Hills, Vietnam. So let's just go straight to Asia, to Vietnam, and let's go to this place I found called Bana Hills. It is absolutely insane.
Which is a French theme resort, 1,500 meters.
So they call it a French theme resort, 1,500 meters above sea level. So this place is built in the middle of the Vietnamese hills, mountains, right? You have to travel, there's Da Nang, and you have to travel an hour out of the city into the middle of nowhere just to get to it, right? So that goes to show, again, it's something spectacular. So they're driving to this place in the hills. So there's no roads, there's no major nothing, right? So take that into consideration that they were able to construct this centuries ago, so they say, without roads, without modern equipment. They picked the most impossible place to build it, and it's absolutely stunning. So we're going to skip through this video until we get to, but look how hard it is to get to. The only way to get there is by this
dense jungle and deep valleys. The views stretch out across the mountains and waterfalls below. It's actually one of the longest and highest cable car systems in the world, making the journey just as exciting as the destination.
So you need to take a 5-kilometer cable car, the longest cable car in the world, just to get to this place. Wait until you see it.
This is the first ride. The last one.
Was actually in the cloud. It's not just one castle. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 on top of this hill in the middle of nowhere that you need to take a 5-kilometer cable car just to get to.
This is where we're staying next time. Yeah.
We just mute the sound so we can talk and see as they arrive to Bana Hills, Da Nang. And as you can see, start asking yourself, how was this constructed? How is this there? Look how old it looks. It looks very old, aged, ancient, and weathered, but yet it is there on a mountain, a part of this cliff. And look how hard it is just to get to it.
At this place, absolutely wonderful, amazing. It's a little bit like Disneyland. I'm getting Disneyland vibes.
Cobblestone pathways. So they're up there on this. Remember, this is in Vietnam. Nothing about this place looks Vietnamese. That's why they call it a French village, a Baroque colonial French village. Why would the French go to Vietnam and build these castles on a mountain in the most impossible place ever and then just piss off, right? Nothing makes sense, but look at it. It is absolutely ancient. Just look at the stonework.
Version of Europe, perched high in the mountains of central Vietnam. The architecture, the scale of the place, the little details are wholly European in feel, but its playful vibe has that unmistakable Disney-style magic.
Like, these adults talk like kids. They're like, oh my God, it's Roman, it's Disneyland. I'm like, bro, this is biblical prophecy. We're walking right through it right now. Look at the castles in the background. You haven't seen anything yet. Just look.
Into variety. You've got everything from Starbucks for a quick caffeine fix to burgers, Vietnamese donuts, and plenty of local dishes such as banh mi. The piazza offers a full East meets West spread, and there's plenty of choices to suit everyone's tastes.
Roasted lamb. I love lamb.
Okay, let's skip through some of it as they look. So now he's walking through this Bana Hills in the middle of nowhere in Vietnam.
After a stroll around the piazza and a quick snack, I headed uphill towards the spiritual zone.
This is absolutely insane. And I found many of these places worldwide, which proves my point exactly of the reign of the fallen angels, right? As you can see, he's walking here. Nothing about this looks Vietnamese. And I found places like this in India and Africa, South America, with the same statues of the same cultured people, the Canaanites, the fallen angels, right? Unbelievable things. We haven't seen anything yet. It's golden, bronze, shiny statues. Wait till you see the pond. Look at this. Okay. He's just got to a next spot. What do you see? Let me zoom into this curved limestone archway here and look on top. There is angels with trumpets all above it with their wings outstretched.
Lecture once again gently transports you to France.
Yet their mind takes them to France. How does anything about this tell you that this is French when I'm fully seeing like 50 fallen angels standing on top of the structure they created?
They've really done well trying to...
Look at it. So they walk into where this looks like the Louvre in Paris, right? Look, there's a pink castle coming up in the background. And look at this. There's angels on every single one of them. 2 rows of them. I counted, there's over 50 in just this one place alone.
Replicate a lot of the French landmarks. For example, this one, this is the Louvre pyramid.
Angels all the way on top, but yet he's talking about Paris and the Louvre pyramid. Bro.
Hands are lifting gently.
Hold on, sorry, I just skipped it by accident. So look, so now they're at a golden bridge up to, not only is there castles up there with fallen angels, there's a golden bridge with giant stone hands holding it. But up there in the clouds, also on this mountain, is a golden bridge, and look at the stone hands that are holding it.
It looks like 2 giant stone hands are lifting gently out of the mountain.
This is better than Disneyland or any fairy tale I've ever heard of. This is where they get the ideas for the Disney fairy tales, because they find the fallen angel cities and structures and they can't believe it. And they're like, yeah, this is a fantasy land that they could create like this, right? So let's find another video. This guy's video is crap. We need to see more of this Bana Hills in the mountains. Remember, this is Vietnam. So there's music. This is a drone video. So again, where's the roads? How did they lug and get all the equipment up to these mountains to build this? Sorry. This is a drone shots of what's really up here. So we're going to look at every single angle of this place. It's insane. Yeah, so there's a castle there. There's a castle here. Where's the pink castle? I think it's behind us over here. It's just more than one castle up there for sure. That's just one side. Yeah, this is one side of the hill. And then the other side, you'll see the rest of the castles. There's the church, the cathedral. See it? It's right there on the hills in the middle of Vietnam. What the hell is going on? This is 1,500 feet above, or meters above sea level. Bana Hills. There's the bridge with the hands reaching out. Absolutely insane. And the most impossible place to do the most impossible thing, yet there it is. And people are just like, oh, wow, it's French. That's not what comes to mind. No way. People are not thinking. They're not thinking. Let's find a better video. Bana Hills is crazy. You need to see Bana Hills, Bana Hills. Angels right away. So let's see the start of this video. There's the hands. Top things to yeah. Drone shots are Kesha's favorite. The drone shots is where it began for me too. To be able to see everything all at once, but now I know what's there. To be able to go also on foot and see it is just like, wow. But the drone shot, wait till you see Neuschwanstein in Germany. Unbelievable. I found one in Salzburg too. You got to see the one in Germany. So let's try and, okay, there's a roller coaster on this mountain too, right?
One of the premier Bana Hills rides, this coaster zips through the stunning scenery, offering a rush that's both safe and exhilarating. At Sun World Bana Hills, Vietnam, the Alpine coaster stands out as a signature attraction. Every twist and turn brings a fresh view, making it a highlight of the Bana Hills Vietnam theme park experience. The Bana Hills Alpine coaster can reach up to 40 kilometers per hour, so make sure to secure any loose items, like hats and sunglasses, or you just might lose them.
Sorry, so a lot of these videos just aren't doing it. These people aren't showing. Let's see this one. Yeah, like I said, I've gone through every city, so it's too much to save clips from every city and have it here. We're just gonna have to go. Luckily, I got premium, so there's gonna be no ads or delays. We can just go straight for it. Here's this guy.
Welcome to Bana Hill in Da Nang. Whoa! We're currently 1,478 meters above sea level, absolutely up here in the clouds. So I'm on the Alpine coaster. But before I show you the downward spiral, let's rewind to the beginning of the day.
This incredible place. I want to go to Vietnam now, just to go to this one very place. Like, Vietnam never interested me at all until I seen this. Because this proves my point. This is the reign of fallen angels. There is no way any human civilization could ever have done this, right? And it's not just one time, it is everywhere. But yet people aren't realizing this. People are just going there and just like, oh, look, Frank Baroque colonial architecture. How? Why aren't you asking, how did they do this? Where's the construction plans? Who dragged all the material up a mountain, through a forest, and then created this? There's so many. This is Vietnam. That's not like, they're not known for fallen angels. Aren't they Buddhist over there? Shouldn't there be like Buddha? Yeah, they have a big giant Buddha statue that looks very man-made just on the other side of the mountain. But as you can see, it's all fallen angel statues. Yeah, it blows my mind that other people aren't seeing it. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, especially this pink castle right here, straight out of a fairy tale. Right here, you can see the curved, the forum with all the angels, 2 rows of them. So I counted, it's already over 50 of them right there. And again, 1,500 meters above sea level. It is so high up in the middle of nowhere. You're literally in the clouds. And there's a golden bridge with fantastic flooring, with stone hands holding it up, reaching out of the mountain. Also in this mountain, there's more faces, humans. There's a man holding a woman, kissing her over the entrance to a cave. So I've seen so much, plus lots more fallen angel statues. But people are so blind to the statues, they don't see them or even comment on them. Look at this fountain with all these golden statues there. Even the fish are golden in this fountain. Unbelievable, unnecessary, but yet it's there in the most impossible place you can find to put it. Roller coaster ride. Here's more drone shots from above. Wow. See the surrounding area? It's all forest. There's no roads. There's no pathways. There's no elevator. There's just a cable car, 5-kilometer cable ride to get here. So how is this castle here? How is any of this here in the Vietnamese hills? None of this makes sense. There's the giant Buddha statue all the way over there. So you can see there might be roads up there now, modern day roads leading up to this way. But look, that doesn't look very amazing, but they put a big giant plastic statue there of Buddha. But look at this. Look at this castle on the end right here of the cliff. Massive. Then you walk down here. Then you reach another castle, a pink castle, all the way over here, right in front of the glass pyramid with all the angels here. This is absolutely insane. So where's the mountain of the people kissing? Oh, I'm gonna have to go through so many videos just to show you. I wish this could be more prepared. I should just start saving them. But yeah, it's pretty simple. You're going to see the same stuff anyway. So this guy didn't show it. The Da Nang Mountain. So many videos. I'm introducing you to new places never before heard of or seen that might make you want to even go to Vietnam now. This is absolutely insane. So what has this person seen? I want to see. So here we go. Walking through part of the, but look at the cobblestone. The effort that went into putting this there is just absolutely mesmerizing. It's like, whoa, this wasn't just put up, flat, slap bang for a quick, make a buck from the people or tourist attraction. No, this was serious business. There's the Buddha statue. Not very impressive. Looks like humans made it. Just walking through, you wouldn't believe you were in Vietnam. Everyone says the same thing, a fairy tale land. I feel like I'm in Disneyland. Dragons, right? We're going to see a lot of dragons, especially in Europe. Dragons I thought was a Chinese, Asian thing, but you're going to see a lot of dragons in Europe. Merlin, yeah, very magical looking place. Just wish I could show you the cave with the people, the man and the woman over it. Wonderful, wonderful things we're seeing here. Wait till you see Neuschwanstein, Germany. Where are we? Vietnam's new law just changed everything. I saw an angel building in the thumbnail. Yeah, that structure looks crazy. Someone's got to show me something. Yeah, all the angel statues. The hands coming out the mountain is crazy. Okay, we're not going to waste more time on this. We can always look at the pink castle. Isn't that absolutely stunning? There they are. Look, you see right here? You see this cave right here? There's two people carved out of stone holding each other above a cave. This is, oh my God, absolutely insane. You can see how old it is. You can see how ancient it looks. You can see the same design, the same pattern, the same everything that we've seen from everywhere in the world. Even though I haven't shown you much yet, but if you've been watching for the last few years, you'll know. So there's the mountain I was talking about. There's angels all over here leading up. Angel there, angel there, angel there. There's an angel there. That's a man, that's a woman. His hands on her head. Insane, insane. Need to see it in real life. Let's go to Neuschwanstein. I don't, Neuschwanstein. Okay, so here's another castle. This one's in Germany. And again, this one's also built high up in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by a forest with no roads leading up to it. And look what they call it. Neuschwanstein Fairy Tale Castle, an architectural icon. So every time you see these structures, they're going to be like, oh, it's a UNESCO heritage building. UNESCO what? Of course it's heritage. Who built it? It's not made by human hands. So let's check out Neuschwanstein. So this is not Vietnam. This is Germany now.
Most iconic and picturesque.
As you can see, it's built in a mountain again. Oh, sorry. Let me go back.
Neuschwanstein Castle is one of the most iconic and picturesque castles in the world, nestled in the Bavarian Alps. Built by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in the 19th century, it is often said to have inspired Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. The castle's design was inspired by romanticized medieval ideals. Rather than practical military fortifications, King Ludwig II moved into the partially completed.
These are not real construction pictures. These are not real. How? Even if it was real, you'd be an idiot to even pull this off. But first of all, let's look at these so-called construction pictures. Why? Look, this is on the edge of a cliff. What is safe and like any engineer could say that this is impossible and it's not worth risking anyone's life to achieve this. How is this possible? The castle's not finished according to this picture because the scaffolding is hanging off the side of the mountain, but yet this is supposed to be, come on, this is not it. This is not it. We've gone over old archived construction photos before. They don't add up. This is already the castle's already been here for thousands of years. They found it and tried to claim it and make images with old school Photoshop, removing parts of the building and adding framework to make it look like humans were there constructing it. This is absolutely ridiculous. If you think that scaffolding could be put together like this on the side of a cliff to put something like this on top of it.
Castle in 1884, but only lived there for about 170 days.
Yeah, I'm tired of these fake documentaries. I'm not putting any more of that on. We just want to see Neuschwanstein. Okay, sorry for these documentaries. We just want to see Neuschwanstein. Absolutely amazing. This place really does exist. Everything I'm showing you can be visited today. Neuschwanstein. Okay, let's go to the Austrian one. No, we've done Austria. Neuschwanstein, we did. Okay, let's go to Peru. Peru is unbelievable. We're going to South America now. So we're going to try and hop. So we're going to go to Lima.
Incredible day in Lima. From exploring the ancient Huacapulcana pyramid and soaking in ocean views at the Miraflores boardwalk, to tasting the best ceviche at La Mar and catching breathtaking city views from Cerro San Cristobal, this itinerary is packed with must-see spots and hidden gems.
So again, we're in South America now. There's the buildings on the side. There's the square. There's more structures. You're going to see a lot. Okay, sorry. I'm getting excited. Just so you can see the structures are there. So you can see what the angels were able to build. And then you can kind of see what humans were able to create in the last few centuries. And it's not the same. So here, let's quickly go back, play.
Stay till the end for insider tips to make your trip unforgettable. Let's dive in.
Angels built that, humans built that. Look at this. We're going to see so quickly. Hurry up. So you can go to all these channels, exotic vacation, type in any city and see for yourself that look at that. That's amazing. So here's another city square with a fountain with an angel in the middle. It was very quick, but you'll see a lot of it. Remember, this is South America. We're in Peru, and Peru looks pretty. Look, crossing a bridge over water to get to the city, and right there, when you get in the city, is a structure that looks like this. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. So we're going to skip through, get to the buildings within the city square. Oh, look what we have here. So we have a walkway, a pathway, a cobblestone pathway in between high-end stores. So here we go. There's the square. So you're going to see a lot of squares. So there's something symbolic about having a square and having people migrate to the square surrounded by the angel buildings. I'm going to get back to it. I remember we're going to get to the circuit board and how our energy is siphoned through these buildings just like it is on a circuit board. And when I show you the images of cities, how they look from above and where these buildings are placed and how a circuit board looks, you're going to see the connection and wonder and realize why anytime you're in the city, whether it's Toronto, London, Vienna, New York, why you're there for a few hours and you just feel drained, need to go home and rest. I'm going to tell you why, because I figured it out. Look. So there was a pathway between the buildings leading up to a structure, pedestrian pathway in between angel structures leading up to another angel structure, right? This is what you're going to see a lot of worldwide. So we're going to see a city squares in front of all the buildings. Palaces all look the same, very ancient looking structures. One's going to be the government palace. One's going to be a museum. One's going to be a library. One's going to be the courthouse. This is the Cathedral of Lima. Peru. We're in Peru now. Lima, Peru. Look at the building. It's got the same signature of the fallen angel structures we've seen everywhere. Here's another cobblestone pathway in between high-end stores, right? Angel buildings. You can see how old the structures are. You're going to see the lines on the side. You're going to see the very well done paved floors going through the town. Narrow pathway between the buildings. The same thing everywhere. Look at this structure now. There's angels on top. Look at the structure. It's one big solid piece of limestone. You see these lines? These lines is where our energy transfer travels through, right? Like on a circuit board. And then when it gets to a point of an archway where it goes up, then it separates out or goes straight up to the statues. It's unbelievable, but I'm going to show it to you. Another pathway. Remember, Lima, Peru. Pedestrian pathway between the angel structures to siphon the energy, with stores that people can't even go in and buy anything. No one's walking through Lima, Peru, buying Rolexes. So here's the Basilica Convento, Lima, Peru. Let's skip through. You're gonna see, oh wow, look at that. Just the feeling, just seeing it, you can tell something deep down in your subconscious is saying this doesn't belong here, or it's not meant to be here, and it doesn't fit with humanity. There's something that doesn't fit, and because people are so stupid and don't understand, they'll just walk by unknowingly, and that's exactly what the buildings want, the creators of them want, the angels, is to gain that naive energy unknowingly, and just that's how they thrive and how they have full reign over the world, even though they're in prison. Lima, Peru, Lima, Peru. So this video wasn't that good. Let's get to a better one. Peru places. So, and yes, it's also where the ancient Machu Picchu is. Temple also in the mountains. Here we go. Let's see this one. So good not to have ads. Incredible. You can just like really bounce around YouTube now. So here's this guy in the city square. Remember the song I made? Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. See, look, he's driving around in a square between the buildings. You're going to see the same thing. And what you're going to see through all these cities, around all these magnificent structures, I've seen the people of all these cities. I've never seen, the men have honestly disappeared. Men aren't walking around carrying blocks of limestone. We as humans, we as men, we as people, women, children, elderly, we don't have the hands to work with stone, limestone, marble, granite, especially in a time centuries ago where we didn't have modern tools. We didn't have Black & Decker. We didn't have saws and power tools, right? So how were people working with the most impossible material to work with for what we have or who we are? But yet we have these structures perfectly carved, perfectly shaped, curved, statues massive, high up in the sky, like in between mountains, on top of mountains, in the middle of nowhere. But yet it's there, right? Let's quickly get back. Lima, Peru. So yeah, these videos aren't good, some of them. The walking ones, they're longer, but what you see is just insane. Here's a walking one. Let's see what we see as we walk through, right? Lima, Peru. Anyone got any cities they want to see? Put the cities or nations in the chat, and I'll be happy. So look, we're crossing a bridge over water into the city, and the first thing you're greeted with is this building. So the water being under the bridge and for people to cross over, that's part of the ritual. It's a fluid condenser. So the water will always be there. And I've walked over hundreds, if not thousands of bridges now, leading into whether it's Lima, Peru, whether it's Gdansk, Poland, Warsaw, Poland, Berlin, Germany, Frankfurt, Germany, London, England, crossing over the Thames. It's the same thing, same design, same pattern, same narrow pathways with the cobblestones in the ground. It's the same thing everywhere. So we're walking through, so it's going to be at a slower pace, but you get more of a look at this. So we're walking down a cobblestone pathway, and look at the left right there. You see the structures, they're just there. We're not in Europe, but yet the Baroque colonial Renaissance buildings are right here in Peru, South America. And we don't see men or people walking around carrying limestone. We don't even see them on the side of the streets, like carving mini structures or mini statues. We don't need 20-foot giant statues on top of buildings. Maybe just carve some mini ones, you know, like we can carve rock, right? Not even. What we see is people working with fruits, vegetables, plastic, and fabric. Humans are very not like, we don't work with, we can only work with so much. And when what we always turn to is not stone and carving angels out of rock, right? No, people are selling fruit. They're selling fabrics and materials and metal, right? Things that they can actually make with their hands. We don't see men anywhere carving anything out of stone, making money out of anything. They're hanging out these buildings looking like they don't belong there. Lima, Peru. So as we walk to say with these walking videos, that's different to the travel videos. Like the travel videos are quick. They could be like, you're 3 days in Gdansk. You gotta go to here, visit this museum, and it just flashes through everything. But with the walking video, it's like you're there and you're walking through the city. You get a full feel of the sound, the vibe of what's going on. You can see the structures right there. You can see the people have no idea why or how they're there. They're told, look, it's a square, another city, another square, and the silent angels are everywhere. The building's right there. Yeah, so many maskers in these videos are distracting me and making me cringe immensely. Yeah, they're all very recent. I'm not showing any old footage. All these videos are recent because we want to know what we can see right now today. So if we were to fly to Peru, Lima, I could see that that fallen angel statue on that fountain in front of that building is actually there right now, right? It's there. It's happening. Look at the building. It's right there. So yeah, you can walk through these streets. It gives a different perspective. You can see the people. You can see the men, what they're doing, what they're dressed as. You can see the women, right? You can see the children, and you can see and feel that the vibe is not like, it's the same vibe you feel in any city, your own city. You're just gonna walk around and be ignored by everyone there, right? No one's wearing any traditional Peruvian clothing. Everyone's dressed as how you'd expect them to be dressed anywhere in the world, right? Walking around with their cell phones, walking around with their backpacks, just looking normal, right? And then another thing that they won't show you, and a lot of these walking tour videos or the travel tour videos or the drone shot videos you won't see, you'd have to search for it separately, is going to be the Masonic lodges. So let's quickly get out of Peru. Let me just skip through while this guy is walking around so you can see. Look at the structure there. Look at the structure just all around you. Could be any square in any part of the world. It could be Buckingham Palace Square. It could be Nathan Phillips Square, Toronto. Same crap everywhere. People, you see the people are very unknowing about anything. More into the city. You'll see stuff that you wouldn't even expect to see. Like, what is that right there in the middle? People just walking by, and you can see this. Like, you see architecture like this in Asia, right? You see in like India, you see in the temples there, the same kind of columns, really overly done like that. Why is that there in Peru, Lima, Peru, in the middle of the city? Like, people are just walking by, going about their business, and you got ancient ruins, or not ruins because it hasn't been ruined, it's just there, still functioning. Unbelievable. Yeah, please look at it. Let me pause it as he's looking at this structure. Holy cow. What is this? Lima, Peru. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this out. Many thanks. Yes, join us as we take our time and go on a world tour uncovering the reign of the fallen angels. I can prove right now, I can show you any city. I've seen it all. I know what to look for right here in Peru. We got a structure like that. We got another narrow pathway between buildings with all the fancy shops people are going to walk by. Look at the flooring. You're going to see the same views. I'm going to keep skipping. They're going to go to Sydney next, Australia. I was just there last night, and boy, did I just cringe at what I was like. This looks like you could be walking down any street in Toronto. This looks like some of those, this looks like Jarvis or Church Street or something, right? And look at the structures on the side. Look at the angel structures right here with the stones, the big doors, all throughout the city scattered. Oh my goodness. Okay, look, we're coming up to something now. Look, we're just walking through town, and boom, right here in the middle of Lima, Peru. Let me guess. Is that a bank? Is it a museum? Is it the government, parliament? What is this place? Oh, shoot. Did I just... Yeah, I'm pressing too many buttons. Let me get back to that building. Where was it? Look at that. What are they saying? That's the Palace of Justice. Huh. So the Palace of Justice looks very similar to the Palace of Justice in Austria. No, we just saw a Palace of Justice in Austria, and it was insane. And now we got the Palace of Justice here in Lima, Peru. As two separate continents, two separate cultures. We have the German Austrian culture, and then we have the Spanish, South American. They're in Africa. I found them in Africa. You want me to take you to Algeria next? Bro, you guys, I am the guy. I have found it. I'm going to take you to Africa. I could take you to Asia, Japan, China, Singapore, Vietnam. I'm going to show you the fallen angels on every continent. Hold on, because people think, don't doubt me. I will show you these fallen angel statues, the buildings, on every continent, on every island, in every nation, in every city on this earth. I have been, I have found it. I've recently just found out countries I never even knew existed. And these buildings are there. These pathways are there. The same structure, the same recipe, it's the same design, the exact same design. Yet the story tells us this was built 500 years ago, 200 years ago, 1500 years ago. How? How, with all these different timelines, with all these different continents and islands and cities, how did they all have the exact same layout for their city, with the exact same city square, with the exact same buildings, for the exact same purposes, with the exact same fallen angel statues everywhere? How? There is only one explanation, and that is Genesis, the Holy Bible, the reign of the fallen angels, and then they were washed away and imprisoned. But the buildings were built by the sons of God. They have fused limestone together. It's going to take more than a flood to wash that away, right? That's why the buildings still stand, and you can still see staining from the ocean, from the flooding. Oh my God, where are we going? There's the angel right there. We're walking down the street in Lima, Peru, and what the F is that on an unnecessary podium, tower, statue? There's the fallen angel with the wings outstretched. There's more statues around it. This is what we see everywhere in the world. Out front of Buckingham Palace, you'll see a giant one like this with Victoria and then a golden angel on top. Just walking down the street, there's the angels hanging out. I've seen it in Shanghai, China. We're going to go to Africa now, and I'm going to show you the structures there. Let's go to Algeria. So we're going to go from South America to Africa. I was in Algeria recently. You can already see some of the structures here. So we're going to go Algiers, Algeria. Beauty of Algeria. It's not going to be what you expect. We're in Africa. And if you're a westernized person, your perception and your imagination of what you think Africa is absolutely wrong. So here we are in Algeria. Wait till you see one of the streets I've seen. It looks like Monaco. So again, this is in Africa. Remember, the buildings are still there. Look at this bridge going over the friggin' mountain. Insane. There's the desert. Let's find some structures. Here we go. There's a building right there, Fallen Angel building. You see the lines and the limestone? That's where the energy travels through. And I'm going to show you I already showed you the cross point in the earlier part of this video. You know the Vatican? Well, there's another Vatican buried in the desert in Africa that they've got just the top part of it uncovered. I'm going to have to show that to you as well. There we go. What's that doing in Algeria? You see that? That's a fallen angel structure right here. That's either been flooded, destroyed, or blown up. But if you know, anywhere in the world, you'll see this design. There is angels on top that belong to it. Either angels on top riding on a chariot or on horses. But this is in Africa, Algeria. You see the columns, you see the spacing, you see the little mini columns there. Like, what the hell? These guys went all out, but they took away the angel statues. I can show you a structure just like this right now in Lisbon, Portugal. So we're going to come back to, actually, wait, let's go to Lisbon, Portugal afterwards. Let's just quickly skim through Algeria. They're going to show you. We'll come back and watch another Algerian video, but let's go back to this structure because I know I can show you something very similar like this right now in Lisbon, Portugal. Watch. Lisbon. Oh, you're going to love Lisbon. Wait till you see this. 3 days in Lisbon. Tips, visit Lisbon. There it is. Look at this. You see that? Okay, let's get a better one. Lisbon. Evening walk tour in Lisbon. Okay, we're in Portugal now. Again, you're going to see the same orangey roofs. Say, whoa, that's insane. Wow. So here's another pathway, like I said, between angel structures with the cobbled stone, paved roads, very nicely done. You're going to see lines in concrete. But look at this archway. I'm guessing that's an angel on top, but we'll see. Let's see if it shows. There, another narrow pathway in between the buildings, lined with cafes and shops that people just walk by. You'll see all the fancy high-end stores there that no one could buy anything from. It's the same everywhere. Okay, let's quickly go through Lisbon. Hurry up. Let's walk through town. So here we go. Just walking through town, you can see the stonework here. You can see the columns here. Very unnecessary. Only the angels worked in this manner and could have even had the intelligence to think of something like this is the fallen angels. So they're just walking through Lisbon. So let's see. We're just walking through town. You're going to see how every city is going to have the angel structures just there amongst the city, whether it's going to be an old theater or an old church. It's the same story everywhere. Look at it. All uneven, sloped streets with the buildings. They've been there from before the flood, and you can see. Look at the damaging on it. Ancient water damage. Who built like this? Look at the way it's sloped all the way up. This is what you see a lot of everywhere. So where are we now? We are in Lisbon, Portugal. Oh my goodness. That's a steep climb, but yet the buildings are there. Okay. Let's get to the walkway now in Lisbon. Yeah, if you are watching this video, remember, you are the resistance. So yeah, definitely not going to see any of this Tartarian nonsense a lot of these people are talking about. That's fake. So look at another narrow pathway between, or wide, this one's pretty wide, between the angel buildings with the very well done out floor. Look at the design in the floorway. So we're in Lisbon, Portugal. We saw this in Peru. We saw this in Vienna. We're seeing it everywhere. Look at the top of the archway. That's crazy. This is a massive structure, fallen angel structure. You're going to see we're getting into the city square now. There's the man on the horse on the podium with the angel statues around. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. Welcome to Lisbon. And when he turns around, there's going to be a fallen angel building there, a fallen angel building there. And right where he just came from, we saw fallen angel structures. As you can see the winged angels around the statue podium there, man on the horse. There's a man on the horse in the middle of Toronto in Queen's Park on one of these things too. And the people just walk around, la-di-da, evening stroll. Lisbon, Portugal. Wow. Look at that. It is like straight out of a fantasy novel. Just doesn't look real, but it's there. People wonder why they gravitate towards it, why it's in a square, why it's surrounded by these buildings. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. So this is the Lisbon city square. Let's go to Australia. I did say Sydney. Let's get through Lisbon. So wait, let's get out of the city square. Look at this. They're going to walk under the archway. So look, as they approach the archway, you see the angels up there with their wings out. That's Lucifer. You're going to see, look at this. They're just lounging on the building. Like, it's so insane. The audacity to be able to even think something like this, to create something like this, and then just have yourself in stone lounging on it is absolutely ridiculous. How can you not see that this doesn't belong here? That this is from the reign of fallen angels. This structure is from the reign of fallen angels. Look, as mere mortal humans walk through the gateway. Look how tiny and insignificant we look. Look at the guy looking up. That's a modern day man. He's looking up like, wow, thank God I didn't have to build this or work on this. Like, look, he's going to take a picture though. Look up now. Just get a feeling of looking up. You're standing there. You're looking up at this thing. It's insane. You're in Lisbon, Portugal. Wait till we travel more places and see more of this, more and more. Wait till you go inside the buildings and then you see the angel artwork on the ceilings. That's insane. And people still don't put two and two together and be like, hold on a second. Whoa. The Bible says this. We see this. Jesus said this, but we're seeing this. Like, hello, look at the cobblestone roads. Insane. Let's walk through. Look, they're just strolling, hands behind your back. You'll never see any man walking around carrying rock, carrying stone. None of that. You'll see men worldwide, every continent, every nation. They'll be working with fruits, vegetables, fabrics, materials, and that's it. Plastic, maybe a little bit of metal, but no stone work. Look, these are fallen angel structures. This is where the angels would house their staff, their government, their Canaanites would live close by as noble people, as royals as well during these times, right? And now look, all of them fancy stores, cafes in the middle, Lisbon. We've seen this same thing before. Let's go to Berlin. No, we said Sydney. Hold on, there's too much to see. There's another city square, another unnecessary pillar podium with a statue on it. Look at the perfectly cobbled stone paved floors with perfectly curved color changing. Like, come on, man. Like, like, not only did they cobblestone it, they put designs in it, like impossible ones where it looks like it's actually waves flowing. It looks 3D almost. It's trippy. Look at the palace or whatever that is in the background with the crane there to take away from how perfect it looks. You'll always see unnecessary, ridiculous scaffolding. Look, more angels hanging out, chilling. More angel artwork on the stone there. They tell you who made this, but yet people don't see or understand. This looks pink. It looks beautiful. Look as we get closer. Look, there's more of the angel signature. Pink roof, pink limestone, the exact same signature that we see worldwide. So this is what I mean. These statues have been here for centuries, if not millennia. So imagine now you find a statue, but you're the government and you don't want them to know that you found this, and you're trying to claim it and say that's you and this was made in your honor, right? Like what they do with all the Queen Victoria statues. So who's to say now that this person and that statue, they can't get a person and create a character and say, look, this is this person, Michael the second of whatever, right? And have him look and dress like this and make him become president or prime minister, and then say, oh, this guy, he went to war with this and won this land. And then all of a sudden, there's the statue. It's easy. Just put the wreath on his head, put the similar clothing, make sure he looks at least similar, give the surgery to make the same nose. It's easy, right? Just like what they did with the presidents and that what is it? The one with the George Washington, you know, that mountain with all the faces on it? That was there before any of those people were alive. But those presidents were created to play the role, to be those people so that the mountain would make sense. You understand? So again, let's quickly get through Lisbon as we look at the reign of fallen angels worldwide. Look at this structure just there. Look at the flooring. Amazing. Amazing. Every city, look at the fountain. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. And the people don't fit in. The people just walk around, walk by, look, walking around. Even, look, this guy's sitting around. Look at this building right here. See the lines on the side? Look at the angel right there on the pillar there. Am I the only one that sees the angels right there everywhere in every city, every continent? Look at it. It's right there. This guy doesn't care. He's on the phone, or girl. Look, right in between the buildings. There's the angel. Right there. Walking through town. Nice nighttime stroll through Lisbon. Looking at the old world that the fallen angels created and had no choice but to leave behind because God commanded it. But it's on us to realize where we are in the timeline, to repent. Mango, you're going to see Mango worldwide. I don't even know what kind of Echo, the same stores. Where's Rolex? There's angels on the building up here. Does he get a close-up of this angel? Yes, he does. There he is. Let's get a close-up of this. Wow. And you're going to tell me that there's a Tartarian race, but we don't see Tartarian statues anywhere, ever. We only see fallen angels. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty is the statue of Satan. Yeah, I'm gonna show you Satan worldwide. They think we're stupid that they actually do have the audacity to have statues of Satan and Lucifer worldwide, and the Statue of Liberty is not the only one. So this is a Lisbon sunset walking tour. And again, we are uncovering the fallen angels. Here's one right here. I think we've seen enough of Lisbon, let me skim through more and see. It's nighttime. Let's go to Sydney quickly. Let's go to Australia. So there's one angel. We know that there are 5 days in Sydney. There we go. Look, see the town? That looked just like Toronto. So let's quickly see. Let me go straight to the beginning. There's the bridge over water leading into the city. There's the old world building right there, all the hustle and bustle. There's a random statue of a random person. Sydney, Australia. Sydney Opera House. Yeah, Sydney Opera House. There's more than just that. This looks like, yeah, so these travel videos, they're so weak. The way they like, oh, go visit this place, visit that place. Forget these travel videos. They're going to take you to the most boring places, right? So let's see, Sydney. Oh, do we have to walk down Sydney Street? It's only 37 minutes. Let's see what we see on the walking tour. So you can see already cobblestone streets. This could be Toronto. This could be Yonge Street. This could be Front Street. There's the old building. Look, that looks like the CN Tower. This could be Dundas Square. That could be Eaton Center. Look at the angel structure right here going across owns the whole block, right? The whole block. This is Sydney, Australia. This looks like it could be anywhere in the world, any city. They all look the same. The people are all doing the same thing. This could be, look at the buildings all along the street. People not knowing. Nike, look at this structure, the pillars. Learn to see. I'm showing you. We're in Australia now. Let's see how long it takes to see. So, oh, look. Okay. Look. You see this structure right here? Look how big this is. Oh my God. Let me go back and we'll see more of it. Sydney, how different does this look to any other city in the world? Does your city not look like this? Could that not be the TTC? Look at the structure right there. Look at it. It's all there. That's a fallen angel building. Look, all around here. Did you see that? Yeah, we're in Sydney. So we just gone from Europe, Lisbon. We've gone to South America. We've got to go back to Africa. But right here, look, right there on the corner of Australia, on the far west edge of it. So we're going to walk through pretty much, look, just a little part of town. This is the walking part of Sydney. So you can only see whatever he's walked through. And we're going to see so much, which means there's more to see, right? So as he's walking through town. So you got to just learn to see. I see a lot of backpacks. I see all the guys look like they're in a uniform. They look very beta male. They're all wearing the same blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Tell me if that's what you see. This is very quick. Another blue suit, white shirt, no tie. How many blue suits, white shirt, no ties are we going to see in Sydney right now? Oh, there's one. Blue suit, white shirt, no tie. So as you can see, just like any city, let's get to walking and see the buildings that are hidden within every city. And as you can see on the left here, there's one coming up. There's the columns, there's the pillars. I'm guessing this is going to be Australian bank or something, because that's what it looks like in Toronto. And the banks have the money to take over these structures. The Rockefellers, right? The Canaanites, Hamites. Another blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Another blue suit, blue shirt, no tie. Everyone looks so tiny in front of the building. And look how massive that archway is of solid stone. It perfectly curves all the way around, like massive. Look how everyone's just there with their heads down in the cell phone. Everyone's in the same blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Everyone's got like side bags, handbags, backpacks. Look at this building here. Yeah, so imagine you save up. Look, they all look like this. What is this blue and no tie business going on? Like, come on, there's another one. Blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Look at the building. See the stonework? Fallen angel. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you. So on all the buildings worldwide, you're going to see this design over an arch like this. You're going to see all the lines going sideways in the limestone. And then as it gets to the arch, it's going to angle out and travel. Angle out and travel. Angle out and travel. Angle out, travel. You see this design? We're going to see this everywhere. This is a circuit board. This is what a circuit board looks like. So let me bring that up. This is how current travels on a circuit board. Now we're going to finally get to bring this part up. So circuit board, watch. I think we're stupid, right? But I've caught on. See the lines on a circuit board, and you see the chips, they'll be like these big buildings. So just look at it as like you're looking at a city, right? Can you see what I'm showing you here? We are living on circuit board cities created by angels that had the intelligence and the knowledge to create it, know how humanity would move throughout it and how that would be able to siphon our energy, our essence is being siphoned in these cities. And that's what that design is in Australia there. You see this in every building. This design right here is everywhere in the world. Sorry, no one's seeing that? Why isn't that showing? That's weird. Is it showing now? Okay, whatever. I'll get a screenshot of it. And then I'll show you more around the world. Okay, can you see it? This image right here is important because I've seen this everywhere. And I'm going to show it to you. Don't worry. I'm just going to make you familiar with what this is and why these lines are like this in the limestone on every building. And if you notice, they're at the bottom level of the building. So every one of these angel structures, where you see the columns and the statues and the gold and all the fanciness, the first 10 foot of the building is just going to be the foundation, what it looks like, and it's going to have the lines going through it. And then the building doesn't really get pretty until you get past that 10 foot. And then you got all the columns and all the ornate designs and interwoven cement rock carvings, right? But the first part of the building, remember, humans are only like 4 to 6 feet, right? If you're in the NBA, you could be 7 to 9 feet, but yet these things are 10 feet, and then the building begins. So we only ever walk past this design when it comes to the building, which means whatever we walk by, our energy is being somehow siphoned through this circuit board technique, right? So let's get back to a circuit board. There's better images, but I'm gonna find this exact design on a circuit board, but mainly when you look at it, it's the same thing. They all lead up to these main buildings, these hubs, right? Which are the fallen angel structures. And the way the cities are laid out with the pathways and the cobblestone and the fancy restaurants and stuff, it's all part of a design. So now you got to look at the cities, look at the circuit board as like a city. Like there's the palace right in the middle where everything kind of like lingers and leads to it. But look at the way the lines are. It's very similar. It's very straight. So it goes up. It doesn't curve. You won't find curved lines. So the current doesn't travel in curved lines, only straight lines, angled lines to curve it into a different direction. The same way with our essence, with human essence, human energy is also traveling through these straight lines. You won't find them swiggled or scribbly or curving, and you'll see them like all over the world. So we're going to keep these pictures up, keep this idea of the circuit board up, because it's starting to come together and we are closer than we have ever been to realizing the world and the society that we live in and where it came from, who did it, why, and what the end result is going to be. So we're going to get back to the tour. We're in Sydney now, and it's getting really boring. Sydney just looks like Toronto to me. Horrible place. So remember the lines. Remember, I've put years of research into this, so I know what I'm looking for. I'm just trying my best to showcase it, and hopefully you'll all be able to see the same thing in every city worldwide. The same stonework. Like these buildings on the left here, you can find those in Toronto, being the old courthouse and Queen's Park is made up of the exact same rock, the same coloring, the same fashion, the same rough edges, not smooth, right? You see how it's rough but there and neat? That's Queen's Park, Toronto, and the old courthouse is made in the exact same design. So we're walking through Sydney. It looks like we're walking through any boring city in the world. It looks like everyone's slaved out. Everyone's serving the beast. Look at the structure. Look at the buildings. the same TTC and public transportation. Another blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Like, can someone from Australia tell me what's going on in the city over there? Like, why am I seeing every guy wearing the same thing? It's like, is that mandatory or something? Because it's getting out of hand. There's another guy with the same blue suit, another blue suit, white shirt, no tie. So they definitely don't like ties in Australia. They love blue suits and they love white shirts. So girls, if you want a blue suit, white shirt guy, go to Sydney. They're all there. We have these in Toronto too. Like, what is this? Who's traveling from city to city to go experience this? You can experience this at home. I hate going to Toronto. I hate experiencing this city life. Slaves walking around in a uniform, doing the same thing, looking at their phone, not knowing. I'm guessing, what is that? Burberry. Look at this right here. Very fancy. Look at the gray marble columns over here. There's the build. Look at this building. You see the lines? That same current, the same design. And look, it's like 10, 20 feet. The building doesn't really start until above the lines where where we walk past and get our energy siphon. So there again on the building, straight, 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 and then it angles up, just like on a circuit board. But what's being traveled through this circuit board? Who's the energy? Who is the current? It's us. It's the people. It's our essence. Look, and another perfect, like, unbelievable. And the people in Australia look the same as the people in the Western world, North America. Everyone's by themselves. Everyone's alone. The men are separate from the women. The men don't really look like men. They just look like bots, NPCs. Wow, look at the Burberry building over here. Another fancy brand name and another fallen angel structure. There's all the lines on the side of the buildings there in Sydney. Good afternoon, Central Illinois. Good afternoon, Supalito. Looks like the Western Coast is jumping online now for the world tour. You haven't missed much, but look at this building right here. So another pedestrian pathway in between fallen angel structures with lines on the limestone that look like circuit board current lines. All the guys are walking around in blue suits, white shirts, no ties, carrying. His clothes look so tight. Like, guys, everyone's looking LGBT out here, man. Look at the structure on the right. Look at the structure on the left. Oh, is he going to show us? Yeah, like, he's going to give us a look at it. There's the building, and it just keeps going up and up and up. Fantastic. You're surrounded now. You're in the square. You're in the city square. So your energy is being siphoned one way or another as everyone walks through. You see the columns, the ornate, fancy, just over the top. There's more in the stone, the lines. You see them, energy transferring. Fountains in the city, very boring. Oh, wait, did we miss something there? Some angels on buildings? Yeah. Guys, start adding cities in the chat. What city do you want us to travel to next? We're exposing the reign of the fallen angels. We've already uncovered some magical fairy tale castles, one in Vietnam in the middle of the mountains. The best I've ever seen. Insane. We've seen Neuschwanstein in Germany. There's one in Austria. There's one in Colombia. Look at the streets. Like, look at the buildings. Whoa, you can see angels on the one on the right there. So if he turns right, there's another blue suit, white shirt, no tie. Can we get some sound? Yeah, no one wants to hear city sounds. Sounds like crap. More gigantic columns in a city. Looks like any street in Toronto, exactly the same. You really get confused. If you fell asleep and woke up and someone put you here, you'd honestly still think you're at home. There's a jewelry store. This looks like Bay and Queen, the exact same thing everywhere. Look, there's the bridge. Looks like walking up to Eaton Center. Look, there's Foot Locker. The world is honestly, look, every city is the same. And it's impossible for humans to have accomplished that. The sameness, same design, worldwide, without, look at this. Look at the building on the right, fallen angel, scattered all around the city. That's clearly a fallen angel structure, cobblestone, curved streets. They were able to curve rock. Yeah, it looks like we're approaching Dundas Square, Toronto, but no, this is Sydney, Australia. Norway? Hell yeah. I've been to Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Stockholm, Oslo. All of them have the same thing. Let's go to Norway right now, actually. Any city, any place in the world, I'm going to show you fallen angel structures. The islands too, especially in the islands. That should be a big giveaway. It's like, why is this here? How is this here? We're in the middle of the Caribbean islands, or off the coast of Africa, or off the coast of India, Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Bangkok. Look at this. Okay, let's go Norway quickly. There's more cities in Australia. We're going to have to come back, but you can see the structures right there. Let's see what the 3-day itinerary is showing us for Norway. There we go. There's the city square. So again, we're in a city square in Norway now, surrounded by fallen angel structures right here. Cobblestone, pedestrian pathway. There's a fallen angel structure. There's another one. There's the man on the horse in front of a palace. We've seen this everywhere. There's the bridge over water. There's a unnecessary pillar of nothing. There's the same city skyline. You'll see a cathedral. There's the pathway with fancy stores on the old angel building. All stone, top to bottom. Welcome to Norway. Looks just like every other city we've seen tonight, and we haven't even started looking at anything yet. There's another random stone monument that makes no sense that people would put their time and effort into creating. Here's how we're going to spend 3 days in Oslo, Norway. Helsinki, Finland. Yeah, let's get all the cities out there. Let's get cities. Let's find these angels. Let's expose their cities, their structures, their statues. Look at this. Oslo, Norway. Look at this structure right here. That's fallen angel. This structure here is fallen angel. Cobblestone pathways. The people are doing the same thing, just walking around, minding their own business, right? Let's get some more images of Oslo. There's a city square. Not a city circle, not a city triangle. It's always a city square. Just like the square in Ottawa Hill, Parliament Hill. That's a square surrounded by fallen angel buildings. Cobblestone streets, so you know the angels are nearby when you see cobblestone streets. Fallen angel structure there on the left. Okay, let's hurry up and get to it. 3-day itinerary. Where do you expect us to go and visit? Let's see. Wow. So what is this? Grand Central Station. Is this a museum? Artwork. Oh, it's a theater. So the theater in Oslo looks like the theater in Peru. Looks like the theater in Vienna. Right? Like I said, 10 feet. The building starts 10 feet in the sky because at the bottom you'll have the lines to take your energy. National Theater. Give me a break. There's the, oh, another pathway. Another nicely paved cobblestone pathway. In between, look, there's the lines up there on the buildings. In between the fallen angel structures with high-end stores on either side. This is we're in Oslo, Norway now. There's the theater. Oh, you want to see Madrid? You're right. Boston, Massachusetts, all of the USA. We're trying to find places that we never would have guessed of or thought of. But here's a building. This is Oslo, Norway. There's another street, pathway with shopping. in between fallen angel structures. I'm waiting to show you the, hopefully there's the body shop. There's pillars there. More cafes in the middle of the pathway. Oslo Cathedral. Royal Palace. So here's the Royal Palace. Looks like any other royal palace or museum or library worldwide. As long as it's in a fallen angel structure, it's going to be used for one of those purposes. Looks like, yeah, come inside. Any angels inside? We know they're there. Okay, walking along here. This video sucks. See where they recommend to go. Just go there and walk around the city. So let's go see 3 days in Oslo. Bergen, Norway walking tour, the capital of the fjords. Okay. After Norway, I think we can go to Madrid for sure. I think so. We should already know that these structures are found in like Paris, France, not just Paris, France, all over France. I just seen Bordeaux has some insane fallen angel structures. Marseille, we know London has them. We know Italy, Rome, Milan, Florence, Sicily. But the places where you wouldn't expect to find them, like Vietnam, Asia, Singapore, Japan, Australia, Africa, the Caribbean, Jamaica, Cuba, Dominican, Haiti. Okay, so let's quickly go on foot through Oslo town and get a good look at some of these structures. Cobblestone, so you already know the angel structures are around. Madrid, Prague, Berlin, all the German cities, angel structures everywhere. You can see how suspicious everything looks. Another pathway in between buildings for shopping. It's the same thing. Everywhere you go, you're going to see the same thing in every city. Same design, same purposes, same use. This one's very slow. Let's get through Oslo. There we go. Another pathway with the shops. Look, Hugo Boss, Body Shop again, Zara, all the high-end stores through the nicely paved pathway in between the buildings. Look what's coming up on the left and the right. More fallen angel structures. This is Oslo, Norway. We just saw this in the other town we were in. And remember, I'm showing this to you and I already know the outcome because I've already spent the last 6 years doing this. I'm just trying to do this again now live on the internet so everyone can see. If you want to think that you know how to travel, I'm going to tell you don't know how to travel. You're going to waste your time. The amount of people that travel and say, yeah, I want to go to this place, that place, and they go there and then they're bored and like, oh, I could have just stayed home. It's got the same thing everywhere, right? Look at the structures. Oslo, Norway. So, wow. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching and commenting. Not to mention all these places got underground cities. So this is Oslo, Norway. Could be anywhere in the world. We're seeing the same thing, the same cobblestone streets, the same. Look, there's Rolex, of course. You're going to see a lot of Rolex on these buildings. Yeah, this guy's just walking through the park. Get out of here. And there's your transit system walking through the city, but this one's at nighttime, so I'm not sure if we're going to see it properly. I don't want to see at nighttime. Okay, let's try Bergen. And this is Bergen, Norway. Where's the ancient stuff? That's what we want to see and show. Castle's right here. Some weird. Yeah, this place, never heard of. Bergen looks very boring, but look, you see structures here. So let's go Madrid quickly. Someone said Madrid. Wow. There we go. So the first scene we see here in Madrid is the archway in the middle of the city with the angels on top hanging out. There's another fallen angel structure here. There's another man on a horse way up in the sky, very high up. Why is the man on the horse so significant and so important that it would be put upon a structure like this, so high up? He's like 30 feet, 40 feet in the sky. People are sitting down here, tiny little dots around curved limestone with columns on it. We know that we've seen this before. We just saw this same curved structure in Vietnam at Bana Hills. We know that there was angels on top. So it looks like they removed the angel statues off the top of this because I know for a fact the angels belong on this. This is also seen everywhere. I've seen it in San Francisco. I've seen it in Rome. I know angels belong on here, so they obviously took them off. There's angels right there, though, right here. Madrid. There's another city square. Unbelievable. Look at the palace. That's probably the biggest palace in Europe, bigger than the Palace of Versailles, bigger than Buckingham. This is a fallen angel structure, and it's just right there. So that's Madrid, the capital. Another city square with cobblestone pathways. Look, all the buildings are there. There's a fountain. See the angel artwork is all around. You'll see the structures. You'll see the fancy stores and people just walking around. So we've already seen angels here in Madrid. We know they were here. We can see their structures.
We unveil insider tips and secret spots that will
Another pathway, cobblestone pathway in between the angel structures with shops, cafes, chocolate, pastries. We're in Madrid now. We just saw this in Oslo.
elevate your trip into an epic adventure.
Wow, there's a palace, people walking by. This is just absolutely insane.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling travel tales and crucial tips. Your unforgettable Madrid journey.
Another city square, cobbled stone, perfectly, different colors too, because they had mass amounts and could have just picked whatever they want. Another city square, another man on a horse, on a statue. It's the same thing everywhere.
Starts right now. Best time to visit Madrid. The ideal time to explore Madrid is during the spring, March to May, or fall, September to November. During these months, the weather is pleasantly mild and the city buzzes with vibrant festivals and fewer tourists, allowing for a more authentic experience.
Did you see it? Look. There's the current design again. You see it with over the archway? You got the lines going sideways. And then when you get to the corners, it starts to angle up and out, up and out. This is the exact same design. We just saw this in Australia, in Sydney. Are you seeing what I'm showing you here? I've seen this everywhere in the world, not just Spain and Australia. I've seen it right here in Canada. I've seen it everywhere. This is how they siphon the energy and have it travel through their little worldwide, the real world circuit board to feed the angels.
Madrid Barajas Airport tips. Arriving at Madrid Barajas Airport, you're welcome.
Yes, Eva says, yes, it's all over the world. And it's about time we present it and show it for what the world really is, all these cities and who created it and why. and what the meaning of all these statues are, why no one ever brings them up or talks about it. But every culture, whether they're Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, or not, they have the angels in their cities, high above, watching over everything. Sue can see them. Sue Polito says, I can see them. See, wasn't it Austria? Yeah, we've been to Austria. We've been to Peru. We've been to Portugal. We've been to Oslo. They all look the same. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to get confused because you're going to see the same thing over and over and over again. And then you're going to see the people of these cities, and you're going to see that they're not even switched on. So you can't expect and rely on them to tell you that what's going on. So right now we're walking through another cobblestone pathway between fallen angel structures with cafe shops. It's the same thing. We're going to walk through this one now. Where are we? We're in Madrid. There's the Madrid city square. Where are we going next? We've been to Vienna. We should go to, have I shown you Armenia? I needed a good video of Armenia. We need to go back to Africa. I believe it was Algeria. Look, another man on a horse here in Madrid. There's the pathway. Okay, let's get to some structures. Here's one.
Of about $1, making it a must visit.
See the archway? Do you see the design that I've been seeing everywhere? All the lines in limestone, and then the way it angles out like that is just like that of a circuit board. Look at this. Angels all over the structure at the top here. Like, incredible stuff. And they're going to tell you this is just a museum or a library. Come in for a read on a book.
Visit. Unlike many of Europe's ancient cathedrals, Almudena Cathedral boasts a relatively recent
Angels.
completion in 1993 after a near century of intermittent construction.
BS. There's no way over a century different people constructed this. It's crap. You see the design? You're going to see it everywhere. Let's go. Where are we going after Madrid? Oh, so many cities. It's just going over. Okay, we're going to Germany next. We're going to go Berlin or Frankfurt. But we need to see angels. See them? Angels there, all over the place. You're going to see them. I thought it would be easier to do this, but it's whatever, right? The artwork. So we're going to have to do a whole video looking at all the artwork on the ceiling, because the artwork on the ceiling reveals what took place in Genesis or the book of Enoch, which they removed from the Bible. But yet, in all these cathedrals worldwide and castles, the stories that are written in Enoch, I see painted on the ceiling in all these places. So I need to share that with you also, which helps prove Bible prophecy in the timeline that we're in right now, which is the book of Revelation. Look at it. Unbelievable. They'll say it's the royal family. Yep, that's the royal palace.
And grand receptions. Exploring the royal palace, often referred to as the Palace of the Orient, reveals a fascinating array of over 20 rooms. Highlights.
These are not buildings from the millennial reign of Christ. I am proving that these buildings are from Genesis. We are not in Satan's little season. I repeat, we are not in Satan's little season. These buildings are not from the millennial reign, because the millennial reign of Jesus would not have structures covered in angel statues. You're a liar and a deceiver, and you are working for Satan himself. And I know people like you that are pushing this crap. What lodge are you a member of? What is your rank?
Include the Royal Armory, boasting an impressive collection of his insider tip and cultural significance. Insider tip. For an
Theater, museums, city squares, statues of angels, men on horses. museums with fake history, right? Same with libraries with fake books written about fake crap. Here's the pathway leading through the city. Same everywhere. It's the same everywhere. Columns there, columns there. That's the official signature of the fallen angels, is these buildings, these columns, their statues on it also. Look, angels right here on the statue in black and white, and then there's man on a horse up there. The Rose Garden, artwork. I've looked at some of the artwork in the Louvre, and I found a painting, a very famous painting of Jesus, and he is sat in one of these cities with these structures all around him. So that goes to show that the date of these buildings is older than centuries. It's thousands of years old. And look at this building right here in the middle of Madrid. Just crazy, right?
Inside, you'll find a cultural center offering free exhibitions.
Always free. They always invite you into these structures, right? All the city streets, everything's the same in the city. Let's go to quickly. So Madrid, full of fallen angels. Let's go to Berlin quick. There we go. Didn't even take a second. The first thing we see in Berlin is the concert house, which is another theater, concert house, the same that we saw in Peru, the same that we see everywhere in the world. There's the angels on the chariot with the horses, the same statues, the same people, the same fashionable clothing. We got winged creatures, winged humanoids. Berlin. Wow, another structure. What building is this? So we saw the concert house. This could be a library or a museum or a cathedral. We'll see what this is. Don't need the music flag in the video. Yes, the Palace of the Fine Arts is one of my favorite buildings. I just love it. I love it, but I hate what they did to it because they removed a lot of statues, which is why you'll see the Palace of the Fine Arts in a lot of my thumbnails when I research this. But now I found a new pink structure, the Bana Hills Castle, which is just straight out of someone's fantasy dream, right? Look, another bridge over water leading into the city. Yes, the cathedrals are cathodes, and we are like batteries. The frequencies from the bells and organs heal our bodies. Well, why do we have the lines in the limestone like a circuit board for our essence and our energy to travel through, to feed the system, the network? So everything that humans do is feeding the network. These systems were built not for humanity, but to siphon from humanity to feed the system. Look at this. Did you see the design over the arch? I showed you. Well, let's hurry up and see if he shows us again. Berlin, Germany. Oh, there's another city square. So this is another city square now in Germany. Look at the structure, a flooded angel building. Every city square, silent angels everywhere. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. Mango, again, there's Mango, the same stores worldwide, whether it's Australia, South America, Europe, Africa. Honestly, this drove me crazy because I realized everything is the same. Look at this, another city square. Where are we? Berlin. Look at this. Fallen angels. There's their architecture. There's their signature. No one else created like them. They have one in St. Petersburg, Russia. Looks just like, look at this. That's like pink. This is insane. How do you curve? It's just unbelievable. Carving in limestone, the curving of it is just so insanely beautiful. It doesn't belong here. There's the structure. More structures, more old world buildings, more flooded columns. More angels on horses. Look how tiny. the people are. Look how tiny compared to just one column, compared to the staircase leading up to the building. Look how tiny people are. Put that person here, they only come up to here. The horse is like, come on. Berlin. Yeah, the gargoyles. The evil faces. The face of Cain, their king, is on the buildings. The bearded man, the bearded human without wings is Cain. Worldwide, you see Cain's face. Look at this structure. Look at the inside. Look at, pause it. Angels up there, angels up there. Look at the purple or pink granite marble columns. Absolutely insane. Another church. We saw one in Peru that looked just like it. Train station. Everything's going to look. Another tower. Look like the one in Sydney. Looks like CN Tower, Toronto. Cities. Berlin. Everyone's busy in their own city. There's the design up there. That one looked a little different, but they tried to disguise it. Food. We don't want to see you eating. I want to see the lines in the buildings and the limestone. That's taking people's energy, how it moves through the city. So that's what I'm showing you, how our energy moves through the city, through the buildings. It was back here, I saw it. Okay, we'll just go to another video. Another city, quick. Someone give me a city. It's getting out of hand. Someone said, let's go San Francisco. Quickly, let's go. San Francisco, 5 things to do in San Francisco.
The best time to visit San Francisco is fall, September to November, when the weather is warm and the summer fog has dissipated. Spring, March to May, is also a great time.
There's the Palace of the Fine Arts. So as you can see from this angle, you can see the angels have been removed off the top of their podiums because I've seen this structure worldwide. I know who made it and I know how they would finish it. The angels are missing off the top of this.
Time with blooming flowers and pleasant weather. City Airport. Take a short stroll to the Palace of Fine Arts, one of the most picturesque locations in San Francisco. Originally constructed for the 1915 Panama Pacific Exposition, this architectural marvel features a serene lagoon and grand columns offering plenty of photo opportunities.
Wow.
This is a peaceful place to relax and soak in the beauty of the city. Marina Green and Fort Mason. Continue your journey by walking along Marina Green, a scenic park along the wildest neighborhoods in the world. Visit the Castro Theater, a stunning 1920s movie palace.
A theater and an old world building. Everything is the same worldwide. What is this, a museum lit up?
After dark, a special adults-only evening event with cocktails and interactive
Oh my God. Where are we? We're in San Francisco. Okay, Singapore quickly. Oh, what did I do? Just locked everyone out. Asia. So look, oh, I saw one of the buildings. So Singapore, Asia now, right? You shouldn't really expect to see colonial, Renaissance, Victorian, European style buildings there, but I'm guessing we're going to find them. I'm going to show them to you. And there's only one civilization or species that could have created them. And that is
at a slightly higher cost.
Angel.
Day 1. Explore Singapore's wonders. Morning, National Gallery, Singapore.
Oh, so this is the National Gallery in Singapore. Are you kidding me? We are all the way in Asia now. We are ways away from Europe. How is this all the way in Asia, in Singapore? A fallen angel structure with all the columns, the exact same design we see everywhere. And it's repurposed as either a museum, a gallery, it could have been a library, it could have been a royal palace, it could have been a courthouse, it could have been a train station. But here it is as a gallery in Singapore. Singapore, we're in Asia. We're in a complete different continent now, right? Singapore, surrounded by Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, China. That's where we're close to right now. This doesn't look like a building that fits that part of the world with the history we're told about that part of the world, with their dragons and their huts and this doesn't fit, but yet here it is.
Kick off your day in Singapore with a cultural immersion at the iconic National Gallery, Singapore. Nestled near the scenic Singapore River, this gem is right in the pulsating heart of Singapore's historic civic district. It's not just a gallery, it's a journey through time and creativity. Here, where contemporary meets traditional, the National Gallery showcases a spectacular array of artwork. Dive into their vast permanent collection and ever-changing exhibitions to explore the rich tapestry of art from Singapore and the vibrant Southeast Asia region. The entry fee, at around 15 USD, is a small price for the world of art and history that awaits you. And here's an insider tip. Keep an eye out for the rooftop garden. It offers a stunning view of the city skyline, perfect for those breathtaking snapshots.
So this is what you won't find in the travel videos. We're in Singapore. This is the Singapore Masonic Hall in Asia. Notice the design over the archway that I've been showing you all evening, with the lines going sideways horizontally through the limestone, and then it angles up and horizontal, up horizontal, up horizontal, up horizontal, up horizontal, boom. Do you not see this? So we've seen this in now Singapore. I showed it to you in Sydney, Australia. We've seen it in Madrid, Spain, Berlin, Germany, Oslo, Norway. We've seen it in Peru, South America. I know I've seen it here in Canada, North America. And I'm trying to tell you right now that this is how the energy of humans is traveled and siphoned through cities, through the buildings, to wherever it's going, right? I don't know where our essence is going. I have one idea I could tell you. It doesn't take a long to figure out, but I don't know for sure where it's going. But now I'm only starting to figure out how it is working. Because once you see all the cities and how they're designed exactly like a circuit board, with the same designs, with the same structures, same city squares, same statues, you're like, oh, I see it now and I feel it and everything's making sense. So not only have I watched drone videos of every city, of every town, of every village from every nation, not only have I walked through every city, like through the walking videos we're watching and seeing the type of people, seeing the structures, seeing the stores, the sounds, heard the sounds. We've done driving videos. I've also searched for the Masonic lodges because I know that walking through the city, you're not going to stumble upon this. Watching travel videos like top 5 places to visit in Singapore, they're not going to show you the Masonic Hall. It's not going to be on the top 10 list of sightseeing, right? You have to know about it and want to check it out for yourself. Look at the building. This is an old world fallen angel structure with the same lines we see on all the other buildings for energy to pass through, to either go towards somewhere in the building or pass through onto the next building. But it's a hub point, which is why it's a Masonic lodge. So our essence is traveling through all of this. Let's go to Lisbon, let's go Barcelona, let's go Zaragoza. Zaragoza, Spain. I'm going to take you to cities you never even knew existed or heard of or realized had anything there. Here's Zaragoza, Spain. So the narrow pathway in between fallen angel buildings, cobblestones, there's your stores, your coffee, your pastries. It's the same thing. We're in Zaragoza now. There's your bridge over water leading into the city. There's another pathway with your fancy high-end stores. There's your impossible architecture and structures around the town. There's your church that worships Lucifer. There's your granite pink columns. So this isn't Barcelona. This isn't Madrid. This is another city in Spain that most people would never even think to go to because it's not one of the main ones. And here we go. Here's another palace or structure with angels covered all over it. There's the angels right there. There's the angels right there. I've seen these two angels over buildings in Toronto doing the exact same pose over the arch like that. It's the signature move. It's a signature design. Look at the tiny little fembots all walking through this giant archway with the angels above, not knowing what's going on in the world or how it got here. Look at it. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere. You'll see the bridge over water leading into town. There, look at this structure. This is Zaragoza. This isn't even one of the most popular cities in Spain, but look at the structures. They're everywhere. Africa, yes. I found all over Africa, South Africa, North Africa, Tunisia, Casablanca, Morocco. We've been to Algeria, Nigeria, I've been to Chad. So many cities. Kenya, oh my God, Kenya, Nairobi. I had a different view in my mind of what I was going to see in Africa, and what I saw just was totally mind-blowing. Like we could all move there right now and be fine and be better off than we are in North America. Our governments have lied to us to keep us here because they want to keep their slave population here. If we all left and moved to the better places in the world and became slaves over there, then North America wouldn't have any slaves to do their thing, right? So another bridge over water, Zaragoza, Spain. Names, give me some cities, any cities I haven't heard of. Let's go to Czechoslovakia. That's where we're going next. First of all, fallen angels, game, set, match. We found you on your structures in Zaragoza, Spain. Let's quickly see inside this place. Angels, that's the morning star of Lucifer, which is in all the churches. They don't hide it, but look, angels above the arches. Angels will always be found on the ceiling in the artwork or in the corners or over the arches or on top of the pillars sometimes. That's what we'll find. Look, she can't even lift her head up high enough to see. Like you can't see what's up there. You have to break your neck just to see. Look at the angels everywhere. Angel, 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 all on the ceiling in every corner over this centerpiece here. Not Tartarians, not Romans, not Renaissance people, but fallen angels. Look at this. We are in Zaragoza, Spain. Angels here, angels everywhere, angel there, angel there. It's like, how many do you need? Yet this tiny little midget person doesn't understand that this is the ruler, the creator of this. You can't even lift your head high enough to see that they're there. They're that high up. No one's lifting their head high enough and even getting a good look up there. They can only see this right in front of them here. The angels are not that low. They're all the way up there high. They see over everything, high up over the arches. Look at this. Oh my God. Gold. You won't find diamond anywhere. Look at the materials the angels use. That's how you know what the finest materials are. And it's definitely not diamond. Wow. Very satanic. All of this is satanic. Very blasphemous. Look at the building. Just look at it. It's fused. The limestone is fused one to each other. This wasn't slapped together by human hands. Look at the detail of everything. Look at the symmetry. Look at every little corner. It's like so, it's so pristine. Humans do not work in this fashion. It's insane. It hurts my head just to even look at it because it's too perfect and it's too impossible. And the only thing that can explain this is fallen angels. Not even modern technology, not AI, not lasers, not giants with their big, massive hands. They wouldn't even be able to do anything. This is created by a force unknown to humanity at this present time. But I'm trying to show it to you now what it really is. It's everywhere. Zaragoza, Spain. Let's go to, that's where we going. Where are we going next? Quickly, let me see. What are we missing? Another narrow, look, another, come on, man. How many times have we seen the narrow pathway, cobblestone, in between the buildings with cafes, with pastry shops, with Mango, with Echo, with Rolex? We're seeing the exact same thing, city to city, man on a horse, always the same color. What the hell is going on? What? People just sitting around with their cotton t-shirt and their denim jeans in front of these angel structures. You won't find men walking around with limestone, carving anything, doing any stonework. Look, walking through the pathway, nicely paved, amongst the buildings. Like, there's Taco Bell. The cities are the same. The buildings have been here. Look, nothing makes sense. An old castle right here in the middle of the city with your TTC going by. We just saw that in the same thing in Sydney, Australia. Like, what? Yeah, this is unbelievable. Look at the structures. Okay, we need a new city because we're seeing things. We need to keep it going. We need more cities showing more of the same. Here's the city square. Zaragoza City Square. What is right there in the middle on the fountain statue? It's a fallen angel. There's the angels, the buildings. There's column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the lines on the side. There's the lines and the building up there that we've been showing all night. We're in Zaragoza now. We found it everywhere. There's the pathway with the pubs. We're seeing the same thing. Let's go to Casablanca. Let's go Morocco. Forget it. Morocco. Let's go to Morocco. Am I spelling it right? Morocco city tour. Rabat, Morocco. Let's get to it. What is that? What's this building? Spain. Valladolid. What the hell? A day in a real Spanish city? Okay, we got to go there next. I've never even heard of that city, but I saw some structures. So we are in Africa. We're driving right now. As you can see, there's some solid piece of rock carved right there. Look at the structure on the right here. Showing us what's going to be happening in this video. There's a castle on the left there. There's a structure on the right, fallen angel structure. You can see the manner of stones. You can see the fused limestone. And this is Morocco, a city named Rabat, Morocco, the most beautiful capital in Africa. So there's a fallen angel structure right here in Africa. They have roads, look decent, structures, everything's looking normal. They got stop signs, roundabouts, crosswalks. Every crosswalk looks the same worldwide. We have the black and white stripes for people to cross. The same, it's the pedestrian, all the street signs are the same worldwide. Everything's the same. All the road signs, the way everything's laid out and run is the same. The licensing system, everyone's got a license plate on the back. Like, why is everything copy and paste? This is a driving video. We need to get on foot. Hold on, let me see this city quick.
Una ciudad que mucha gente pasa por alto, pero
So he's in a city called Valladolid. Yeah, Valladolid. And as you can see, he's happy to be there because he's looking at all the fallen angel structures. There's the statue in the middle of the square in a different city with the columns, with the faces. There's a city square, more statues, more columns. There's the angel building right here. There's another one on the other side. Humans put the sign on there, Estación del Norte. What is this, a station? Of course it is. Yeah, the train station, he's gone through it. Another structure here. Every city, it's like, the more you find, the more you realize that there's so many of them in the hundreds of thousands of these structures. So many, not one or two in one or two nations. It's 10 to 100 in every nation. Angels everywhere. Like another pathway through cobbled streets. There's a castle. We're seeing the same crap. He's traveled. He thinks he's seeing something new. Not seeing anything new. What places? I'm just looking at my history. Went to Germany. We're gonna go check Bratislava. So Bratislava is in Slovakia. So let's go to Bratislava. As you can see here, they have a city square. They have a bridge over water. So we're in Slovakia now. There's a narrow pathway, cobbled stone roads in between buildings. We've seen that in every video we've watched this evening. Another wider pathway in between the fallen angel buildings with very nicely paved roads with shops and cafes and pubs and people walking back and forth. We should be seeing, we need a Mango store, an Echo, we need a Rolex store, there's a church. We're in Slovakia. Oh boy, look at that. A fountain with angel statues in front of an angel structure. City square. Oh boy. Fountain in front of the old building here. We've seen that same design everywhere. Look, look. What do you see on the wall back there? There's your energy being harvested. That's how the energy is traveling through the buildings. Do you see that? These people are walking by and notice it's curved. They didn't really curve the rock here. It looks like it's angled boom and then angles out. But look, the same arch with the boom, 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 boom. That design we've seen in everywhere now. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is how every city is created like a circuit board, and we, the current, our energy, our essence is traveling through this. That's why they need us walking through and around these structures 24/7, right? There it is. We are in Slovakia now. Every continent. I'll show it to you in South America, Africa. We've seen it in Australia. We've seen it all over Europe. Old world buildings, old world cobblestone floors. Nothing's making sense. Fused limestone rocks put together. Unbelievable. Man on horse, of course. You can't have angel buildings without a man on a horse. Oh, Belgium. We're going Belgium next. Thank you for that one. Brussels. Yeah, Brussels next. Hold on. So this is Slovakia. There's your TTC. Ride the rocket. We're walking down the street here. Let me see. Let's get to another narrow pathway. leading through the city. So the city's like a maze underneath the angel's gaze, right? You get lost within the maze, and it's designed that way. From a wide pathway to the narrow pathway to an extraordinary city square with amazing visuals of buildings to another part of town. Like, it's all a maze, and it's all designed the same way. And along the way, you have to stop and get a drink and get a coffee or a beer or a latte, cappuccino, friggin'. Look, how many times this evening have we seen humans walking through a very nice cobblestone pathway in between buildings with these lines on the side? Do you see that? There's the lines in the limestone, and when it gets to the arch, it angles out. This is circuit board lines. These people are the current walking through, and the energy is traveling through these lines here, which is why they're lower to the ground. And then they channel all the way through to the hubs in the cities, which are the buildings, to collect some. Like, this is how the angels keep their power, how the buildings are serving their purpose, and just, it's starting to get really crazy with what I'm realizing and cluing in together. Look, there they are again. We're in Czechoslovakia now. There's the buildings, there's the lines on them, making sure that as people walk by, their essence somehow is also channeling through as it's being siphoned in the city. Right? So Slovakia, think of the next city, because we're going to see the same thing everywhere. The people don't realize, but I realize, and I need to show you all. In the middle of Slovakia, we're in Bratislava. Here are the angels on top of the building up here. I'm guessing this is there's an angel right there in front of it too. This is probably going to be a theater opera house. Yep, this is where they do theater. I think that says opera. Yeah, another opera house that looks just like the same ones in Vienna, in Lima, Peru, in Berlin, in Paris. They all look like this in London, Toronto. This is unbelievable. Another pathway, look. Another city square with a cathedral, cathode, like another building, another fountain for your water fluid condenser. So all the elements need to be there for the magic to work. Again, walking through the maze of the city, through the buildings, so the energy can keep moving, right? The essence is moving. And they make it pretty, nice floors, nice views, just to keep you occupied, entertained. But what they want is the essence. They want the human essence is what is needed for anything to work. Starbucks there, another pathway, more coffee shops. Let's travel the world. Let's go sit and have coffee in a city square. But which city square? Take your pick. There's thousands of them. Thousands. This is Bratislava, Slovakia. Let's go to Georgia. We're going to Georgia next. Hold on, let's see. Any more structures? Any more angel buildings? Yes, we're going to see lots more across the street here. Every city is full. There's no building going on. Everywhere was long been finished. That's why people are happy where they live. You're not going to find people leaving these countries. They got everything they need there, like we all have here and more. Like, wow. Bratislava. Another walkway, another path, another city square. I need to play my song eventually soon because I wrote my song based on all of this research. There's the lines in the background. Czechoslovakia. Let's go to Baku. I don't think any of you have ever heard of Baku. This is Azerbaijan. Oh, there's the building right there. Baku. That look like Front Street, another curved city street. So we're in Azerbaijan, Baku. Buildings you can see right away. All you have to see, anything with this size and stature with fused limestone rocks, like effortlessly blended together, you know that's the fallen angels. And then you see men on phones, men with men, they don't fit. Everyone looks so beta mailed out. It doesn't fit. These are not the people that created these structures. So now we're in a different part of the world. This is like Eastern Europe, Middle East type section. This is Azerbaijan. It's next to like Kazakhstan. People, look at the buildings on the side here. You see that? Fallen angel structure here. This is supposed to be a Muslim country. Look, more stores, high-end stores. Look at the structures. All the lines will be on the bottom, but then at the top, then the columns begin. So we're in Baku right now. There's another square, another park. Looks like Gage Park too, with the fountain in the middle there. Look at the streets. You'd never guess this place was Azdan, and look at it. It's a finished city. It's finished. It's been finished. Look at the walkway. It's unbelievable. So we're in Baku, Azerbaijan. They have the cobblestone walkway surrounding the buildings, central Baku. I'm going to show you places you never even knew existed. And here we are. You're going to see people are doing the same thing. Mirror image. Look, look. Did you see the lines on the building? Let me go back a bit because the people don't fit. The men are nowhere to be found or seen. The buildings are aged and ancient. The pathways are all done and beautiful. There's lines. They have the same design everywhere. There, right there in the background, right up here, you see, over the archway, always the exact same pattern on the exact same buildings with the exact same cobblestone, perfectly done floors that people are walking by with their shops, with their coffee and their latte and their beer and their candy. It's the exact same, no matter the nation, no matter the culture, no matter the religion. It's the same everywhere. The angels are the people that reign this world and are still in control. Otherwise, you would not see the exact same design in the limestone worldwide. Yep, this is an F1 track. This is when I first knew this place existed was thanks to Formula One because of, and I only knew that 10 years ago in 2016. It came out of nowhere and I was like, wait, this place is a place? And as you can see, it looks like any city. It's got the same buildings. It's got the same narrow pathways between the buildings, the same cobblestone roads, the same current circuit board lines in the concrete, in the stone. Baku. So this guy's going to walk around Baku. So let's quickly take a walk. Let me go get a drink quickly. I've been talking and yapping. Throw some cities in the chat. Let me know you guys are enjoying the world tour. Let me know that what you're seeing is making sense to you, or what I'm showing is making any sense, or am I like, look at this. You're going to see structures everywhere. Look at the lines on the buildings. Can you see? Look, people are working with, okay, go back to this scene here, because this is, I keep saying this, and this is what I see worldwide, right? Okay. You're not, oh yeah, Monaco for sure, Slade. Definitely, we might even go there next. The Principality, but there's so many cities. So you're going to see these buildings. You're going to see all this amazing work. You're going to see what appears to be men, but you're not going to see them walking around with giant slabs of stone. The men are always going to be seen working with fabrics, materials, and fruits and vegetable. Light things, light materials, not the heaviest material that they told us men were working with centuries ago. It's BS. And this is not just a Middle Eastern or Eastern European thing. This is worldwide, every nation. Men in every continent are not working with stone. They're working with fabric. They're working with fruits and vegetables. Who did this? Give me a second. Just let that play for quickly. I just need to attend to some things here. And remember, if you want any cities, it's hard for me to come up with on the top of my head, but I'm trying to think now because I've gone through all of them over the years. I went through a whole bunch of new ones this week, which is why, or last week, which is why how I found Bana Hills, Vietnam. Okay, I need this. Okay. Wow. LGBT boy. That's all I see. Femboys. So when I say femboys, go back, like we're going to go back. This is Azerbaijan. So when they tell you in North American news that Muslim countries this, they're very against that, it's lies. Because I've gone through every city and all I see is these LGBT GAYBOYS people all over the place, right? Especially in the Muslim countries. Look at them. They're all just, look at what they're doing. What is going on out here? Every nation, the women are left alone. The men are all grouped together doing weird stuff. It's disgusting. Yeah. Man did not make these buildings or even that statue there. Look how tiny the guys are. The dudes are tiny. They're all sitting together. Like, what kind of a nation is this? Times have changed. Now you'll see men and men together, women and women together. Look at these two boys. Look at these two boys. Look at those two boys. You just see couples of boys all over the place. There's another couple of dudes right there. There's another couple of boys or a trouple. What's with all the dudes hanging out with their legs crossed? Like, what the hell is going on in this world? And you expect these dudes to figure the shit out that I'm showing you right now while they're wearing purses, sitting around waiting for their fucking mocha latte or whatever it is they're drinking? Then no one's going to figure it out. Do they look like they care to figure it out? What's going on in the world? Do they look like they care? That's what you got to start looking around. Look at the people that are in your life and look at them and think, does this person really care? Like, what's going on in their mind? Do they even know where they are, or do they just listen to what is told to them? Are they a product of society, or are they a product of the heavens? Like, are they a godly creation, or are they just a product of the system? Like a plastic straw, right? Or a paper one. Like, who are these people? Like, like, look at them. What are they doing? These people are just there. They all look like they're hustlers. They all look like they're scammers. They all look like they're beggars. Not just for this part of every nation. The men, even in Sydney, they're all wearing the same blue suit, white shirt, no tie. I'm like, what the hell? What does that mean? Does that mean you're a part of something? Like, what club are you a part of? Why does it look so GAY? Like, you're not really winning people over trying to join this. Yeah, it's got clean streets. Who would have guessed? Yeah, we got to see the man on horse. Where's the man on horse statue? Is that him? No, it's just another guy standing there on a podium. Massive. Streets of Baku. Looks like a full city, right? Very busy. It's got everything. Hotels, museums, shopping. It's got everything. Especially fallen angel structures, right? All around the city. This building for sure is fallen angel. Let me just go back and see as he swung around to that, because let me see the comments. Yeah. Edinburgh, Old World. You guys says, where have you guys been? I've been teaching this for years, and I'm only seeing you guys here now. I've been around here talking about Edinburgh and Aber Eden. Aber Eden says Aberdeen is an anagram for Eden also. So why are all the cities in Scotland named after Eden? I know. Good to see you, Maxwell Tartaria. And what I'm showing here is not Tartaria, because on my world tour, we haven't found Tartaria. We didn't find Tartarians. We didn't find Tartarian clothing or symbols. We found fallen angels. That's what's been found. Angels everywhere, says Sue Polito. Muslim countries, African countries. How long have I been on? Only 2 hours? This thing's already dying? Give me, what the? Guess. We're going to have to split this up into parts then. I did say I'll stop when things start dying or acting up, and this thing's saying I got 10% left, and we're coming up on 3 hours now. It went by so fast. I don't know how many cities we've gone through. It doesn't feel like we've gone through enough. I've got plenty more to show you. I haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. So I'm going to have to stop this, break up all of our world tour. Well, it's a world tour, so it is going to take a hell of a long time, especially if we're going through every city square, every museum, bank, that all look the same worldwide. Like, look at this. This is Baku. Like, this looks like we're walking through any Western world town. Everything looks the same signs, the same logos, the same businesses. It's insane. So I think we covered enough, especially with the energy being siphoned. I had way more angels to show you because that's the main attraction, is the angels, and I found them everywhere, not just the buildings. I've gone inside the building. So every building I've shown you, you can go inside them too. All you have to do is, you got the internet, type in the name of the building and walking tour, and you can go inside the Vatican, inside Neuschwanstein. You can go inside Las Lajas Sanctuary. You can go anywhere. Just go on the internet, type it if you really want to see and figure it out, which is why I'm showing you now. And look how much time has gone by so quickly. We've gone through a bit of the continents, but it doesn't feel like enough. So what do you guys think? Have you seen, is this interesting? Are we going to have to do part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like we did years ago and keep this going and go through every city? Because I have to. We have the information here. Who's to say that YouTube will be around forever? They could stop that stuff at any time. And then what? So I want to make sure that the next few videos are going to be uncovering the old world, which we see all around. Just take the blinders off, right? Baku. What other cities can I show you quickly? Berlin has got some crazy stuff. Neuschwanstein. I found a country. I found a country called Transnistria. I thought that was very interesting. Let's go to Transnistria. I don't know why it's called this, Transnistria. So this country doesn't exist. It's called Transnistria. Tirapozl, Transnistria. So Tirapozl, I'm guessing, is the capital city. Walking tour is guided. So let's go around this city as I tell you what Transnistria is. Transnistria is a country that technically, I don't know if doesn't exist, but it has its own everything. It has its own borders, its own parliament, everything. It is a region located between Moldova and Ukraine. It's a part of Russia, or what was the USSR. But what this place is, it is the last remaining remnant of the USSR. If you step into Transnistria, you'll see statues of Lenin, you'll see Soviet Union symbolism. You'll be like, whoa, this is like you're stepping into the 80s, 90s all over again, right? So it still exists, but people don't talk about it. But you can visit the US. See the building on the right here, left here? Fallen Angel structure right there in old USSR Transnistria, which is between Ukraine and Moldova. Okay, do we see anything here? Looks boring. So I thought that was interesting. Speaking of Ukraine, let's go to Ukraine quickly. 8%. You can see Donetsk. So in Donetsk, they have the angel right there in the middle on the fallen angel podium. So there, fallen angels already covered right away. In Ukraine, there's a whole bunch more structures, but everything's at your fingertips to access any city. You can walk Odessa. Holy cow. Oh my God. Odessa, Ukraine. What did we just see? This is going to be the last one. Then I got to put on my song and then I got to end the video. There's the design in the walls to steal your energy now. Again, it's everywhere. Cobblestone roads. Doesn't look war-torn to me. This does not look war-torn to me. There is Ukraine. Looks absolutely fine. They have everything they need. Fallen angels. Look at this architecture. An indoor walkway. There's more like this in the world. There's one in Milan too, I think, just like this. An indoor walkway, pathway with the stores like this, just like, yeah, they have one in Milan too. Wow. Do you see the structures they have in Ukraine? Fallen angel, that's probably an opera house, palace, government buildings, another city square. The whole city is fallen angel, right? That's what you got to understand. Not just the main attraction buildings, but even the side buildings leading up to it that make up the maze around the city. Yeah, every city. So we're walking around Ukraine. We're just going to skip through this. You can see the same thing we've seen in every city. Same lines in the limestone, the same layout, the same statues, same weathered buildings that look like they've been there for thousands of years because they have been. They've been through quite a lot. Most significantly is the Great Flood, is which what these buildings survived in all these cities, which is why some of them are still just not on level land. The way they dug out these cities everywhere, even Toronto has buildings way down there and buildings, nothing adds up. There's no street level. Like no one knows what the actual street level is in these cities because it's all over the place. There's no set street level. They just go with what works and figure it out as they go along, right? So you see the cobblestone streets always means the fallen angel structures are close by because that's how they did things. There we go. And as we approach, I'm guessing the city square, we're now surrounded again by buildings with the same design we see everywhere above. You see the lines? That's how our energy is being traveled through the cities. This is what's carrying it. It travels through this from building to building, through square to square, to angel to angel. This is why this is here worldwide. Old world buildings everywhere. Look at this. Angels. Angels, not Tartarians, not Mongolians, not Romans, not French, not Anglo-Saxons, not Vikings. This is the fallen angel reign. This is their building that they were able to curve limestone and put all these intricate designs into it. It is the reign of the fallen angels. The reign of the fallen angels, not the Freemasons, not some Tartarians, not the Russians, not the Italians. It was the reign of fallen angels. What we are looking at, what I am trying to show you is that Genesis really happened, that the book of Enoch is right here. Everything it speaks of is right here. All the angels, the leaders, we're seeing them, their structures, their palaces, their statues, their cities, all here to be seen, hidden in plain sight, with fake history tied to it. But all you got to do is look at the Bible, look around, go from city to city, ask yourself the question, and God will reveal the truth to you like he revealed it to me. And I know a lot of you are here like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, doesn't he know this is like Victorian? The British conquered fucking Vietnam and they built that castle in honor of their queen. Like, dude, like, don't you know the French went to South America and tried to like honor Napoleon and King Louis and Antoinette? Like, come on. Don't talk stupid, right? That is BS. Wow, another building just sitting there. Look how tiny the little guy is in front of this angel structure. This one's like a nice, almost like a olive green. Look at the face up there of the angels. Like the face is right at the top. Wow, 5%. Just subscribe, dude. Great info and research, man. Love it. Angels and giants, heroes and legends in that order. Correct. Maxwell Tartaria. Bro, it's good to have you. I'm going to make sure I subscribe to you also. Make sure everyone, I'm going to charge up. I might even be back later tonight because I'm on now. I don't want to stop. We got the whole world to go through and show you cobblestone streets like this, fallen angel statues all over these buildings. I need to show it to you because I have seen it and I don't believe we have much time left. Very interesting, says Sue. Catching some of this. It is epic. Glasgow, yep. Scotland is full of castles. It's the nation of castles. Glasgow, a good one too, apparently. New York does spell on the same grid, power structure. I need all you guys' help for this because I'm bringing some serious heat here. I need everyone's knowledge and research to come and help out to expose this fallen angel empire, to expose these cities, to expose these governments, to expose where we are in the biblical timeline, to expose the fake season little seasoners. We never went through millennial reign. These buildings are full of fallen angels. If it was millennial reign of Jesus, they would not be there. What we're seeing is the reign of the angels during the biblical time of Genesis, the antediluvian time. Come on, man. It's revival architecture, satire. Exactly. It's Baroque. You know what I mean? It's Victorian. That's what they did back then. We never had technology, so they just carved angels out of fucking rock. Oh, Prince and Coco are here. They're waiting for me. I need to stop. We're going to play my song now. We're at Odessa. I'm just going to save it here. Let's get to my song so it makes more sense. The song that I wrote, right? We're going to, where is it? Videos, Fallen Angels. Let's get it up. Start dying. Did I just get cut out? Okay, let me move this to the charger quickly. Just get myself off the screen. Yeah. I didn't want to be plugged in all the time, but I was hoping the thing would last longer than 3 hours. Okay. So I just released a song this month called Fallen Angels. And get off. Is this showing on the screen? And I wrote it to fit all the research I've just been showing you to go perfectly with it. I don't know why everything's taken forever now to stream. I think it's because my computer went less than 5%. Now nothing wants to work. Wow, says Sue. So am I still here? Can you still hear me? I'm still talking. I'm still being heard. Let me know. I'm going to play the song now.
Fallen angels. Midnight over marble avenues. Neon dancing on ancient hues. Crowds move fast, they never glance at silent watchers in their stance. Long before the kings wore gold, before the stories men were told, heaven trembled, stars withdrew. and something ancient broke on through. Genesis whispered in the night. Sons of God saw daughters light. Desire rose when none had been, and heaven's blood was mixed with men. Giants walked the newborn lands. Stone obeyed their heavy hands. Cities climbed toward the sky. Pillars where the eagles fly. Statues carved with ageless eyes. Guard the streets in grand disguise. Marble halls and iron gates hide the truth of ancient faiths. Libraries with shadowed domes. Banks built over buried bones. Parliament and sculpted pride keeps the older world inside. They say a lost empire fell, buried deep beneath the shell, but older voices still remain, whispering through stone and rain. Toronto shining by the lake, London fog at morning break, Berlin towers cut the gray, Prague where silent watches stay, Mexico where temples rise, Buenos Aires under skies, Melbourne streets where columns stand, Shanghai stretching through the land. Every city, every square, silent angels everywhere, frozen high in bronze and stone, waiting through the centuries alone. Daniel spoke of iron and clay, kingdoms rise and swept away, yet the Watcher's works remain, written deep in earth and grain, and the scripture softly tells, nothing hidden ever dwells, forever buried in the night, all will stand revealed in light. People pass beneath their gaze, lost within the modern maze. Phones and screens command their sight, while the watchers hold the night. But a day will surely rise, when the veil leaves mortal lies. Every tower, dome, and wall will remember what did fall, and the cities men adore will confess what came before. Not the work of mortal hands, but the rain of fallen angels.
So I'm 100% coming out saying that the old world was and is, a matter of fact, the reign of fallen angels. My lyrics pretty much describe that. Is the lyrics here in the chat? So yeah, let's go through the lyrics quickly. So midnight over marble avenues, neon dancing on ancient hues. Crowds move fast, they never glance at silent watchers in their stance. And what have we seen all evening? Is that we see the marble avenues, we see all the ancient hues, we see the crowds moving fast. They're not glancing at the buildings, they're not looking up high at the angels, they're looking at their phones, they're looking at nothing, not knowing that the silent watchers are there in their stance. So long before the kings wore gold, before the stories men were told, heaven trembled, stars withdrew, and something ancient broke on through. So long before we had men as kings. In the days of Jared is when something ancient broke on through. It was when the angels, 200 of them, fell from heaven, all made a pact. And it was during Genesis. So Genesis whispered in the night, sons of God saw daughters light. So that is in the Bible and the book of Enoch, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair and that they wanted to choose them as their wives. So they left heaven, came to earth, and intermingled with humanity, because desire rose where none had been, and heaven's blood was mixed with men. So the angels fell here. They created the cities and they mixed their blood with women and created the offspring, the mix of the Nephilim angel human hybrid. So giants walked the newborn lands. Stone obeyed their heavy hands. Cities climbed toward the sky, pillars where the eagles fly. Statues carved with ageless eyes. So you see the statues with the ageless eyes. They guard the streets in grand disguise. Marble halls and iron gates hide the truth of ancient faiths, right? So the libraries with shadow domes, it's always the libraries. Banks built over buried bones. Parliament is sculpted pride, keeps the older world inside. So they say a lost empire fell, buried deep beneath the shell, but all the voices still remain, whispering through stone and rain. Toronto, shining by the lake, London fog at morning break, Berlin towers cut the gray, Prague where silent watchers stay, Mexico where temples rise, Buenos Aires under skies, Melbourne streets where columns stand, Shanghai stretching through the land. It's every city, every square, the silent angels everywhere, frozen high in bronze and stone, waiting through the centuries alone. So Daniel spoke of iron and clay, kingdoms rising swept away, yet the watcher's works remain, written deep in earth and grain. And the scripture softly tells, nothing hidden ever dwells, forever buried in the night, all will stand revealed in light. We are revealing it right now, because people pass beneath their gaze, lost within the modern maze. Phones and screens command their sight, while the watchers hold the night. But a day will surely rise when the veil leaves mortal eyes. Every tower, dome, and wall will remember what did fall, and the cities men adore will confess what came before, not the work of mortal hands, but the reign of fallen angels. And this is what is being confessed now. The cities that men adore are confessing what did come before, and it was the work and the reign of the fallen angels. And now I need some scripture. Hold on, let me bring up King James Version Bible. So that's years of hard work, getting this song together to fit, to make sense, to be catchy, to be, to be able to, for people to sing along. I actually can't believe I got a song to do with all this research. Mark 13. Okay, so we're going to the Bible here. So we're going to the book of Mark. We're going to go to chapter 13. And after everything I've just shown you in the last 3 hours, I want you to take this verse in. Thank you, Miss Morella or Miss Mirage. She says the lyrics are spot on. Yeah, the lyrics are great. After seeing what we saw, it fits perfectly. And now we need the Bible verse to go with everything, right? To just pull everything together with the very words of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ himself. So in Mark chapter 13, verse 1, and as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here! Exclamation mark. See what manner of stones and what buildings are here. And Jesus answering said unto him, seest thou these great buildings? Question mark. There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Now, after everything we've seen, what does this verse mean? We're speaking of stones and buildings and the manner of the stones, but yet Jesus was not impressed by these buildings with such manner that the stones were fused together. He said that these great buildings, not one stone shall be left upon another that will not be thrown down. So why would Jesus diss the buildings with these amazing manner of stones? Why would he say they were blasphemous and want to throw down every stone of the building? Which buildings was Jesus speaking of? I can show you. Of course I could show you. I'm not going to ask you and I'm not going to be able to show you, right? I know the answers to everything I'm asking and I'm going to be able to show it to you. So what we need to do is we need to go to the Louvre right now. We're going to quickly stop off at the art museum, right? And we'll come back to the Bible verse. Okay, let's just go to wedding at Cana. Okay, so the wedding at Cana, the Louvre version. I want the Louvre. So here it is. So this painting is in Paris.
Did you know that most people who visit the Louvre in Paris?
Hold on, let me just stop you quickly because there's angels right here when it begins.
Did you know that most?
There's the angels right there, like I told you where they would be. So once you know where to find them, they'll always be there. And if they're not there, it's because someone removed them because they're trying to hide them. You understand?
People who visit the Louvre in Paris actually fail to notice the largest painting in the museum's collection.
The Wedding Feast at Cana, dated 1563. So this is a painting of Jesus Christ with his mother at the wedding at Cana, where he performed the very first miracle, his first miracle, turning water into wine. And this painting is very famous. It's the largest painting
That's because
in
this
the
magnificent
Louvre.
work suffers the unfortunate fate to hang in the shadow of the Mona Lisa. Da Vinci's world-famous painting draws huge crowds, and you often have to stand in line to see it.
Okay, not that video. The largest in the
We're going to
Louvre.
spin around here, and you see this wedding at Cana. This painting is enormous. In fact, it's the biggest painting in the Louvre, and that's pretty impressive, right? Considering the number of works of art in this entire museum. But it's absolutely beautiful, and in fact, when Napoleon actually acquired it, and lots of other works of art, the Louvre gave back quite a few of the pieces, but this one has to stay here just because of its sheer size.
So does anyone notice anything about the picture? Let me try and bring up a better version of it. It's not a video. Let's just bring up an image of this painting and look over it ourselves. So let me just get up a Google quick. Wedding at Cana. Are we going to get a high quality version of it? Let's see. Whatever. Here's the wiki pic of it, right? This is Jesus right here. So as you can see, the symbolism right here, it's very symmetrical. So as you can see, there's a man right up here who's slaying and cutting up a lamb. And right underneath is the sacrificial lamb, Jesus Christ. And it goes all the way down here. And in between, these two are the painters of the painting. So one is the painter, one is another painter that he paid homage to, supposedly, right? But the main symbolism is that Jesus is the sacrificial lamb, and this was what the painting shows. But look at, so this is the wedding at Cana. So what do you notice about this image that just stands out already? Exactly. Why would Jesus want to destroy them unless they were built by angels? Thank you, Maxwell. Thanks. Cool, man. Great words there. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are liking the lyrics. The pharaonic pyramid. Yes, the architecture. So in this picture, one of the most famous in the world, where Jesus turned water into wine, he is at the wedding here. And if you can see, look at the architecture surrounding Jesus. Remember, Jesus is right here in the middle. There's the pink granite columns. There's the it's all over. The fallen angel structures were already here, which does make sense according to the timeline. Because if the angels fell during the days of Jared in Genesis, and then created all the cities, fornicated with every living thing on earth, then the flood, then yeah, Jesus came after the flood. So the buildings that were flooded, that the angels fell and created, and all the cities would still be there. So this picture is pretty accurate in depicting Jesus at the wedding at Cana, surrounded by the buildings I've been showing you in every city worldwide. And what is the significance of these buildings is that they cannot be replicated by human hands. I've shown you the manner of stones they are created. I've shown you the carvings in solid rock, how they curve limestone around full blocks, right? This is not humanly possible. And now we're sitting here at the wedding of Cana, one of the biggest painting in the Louvre in France, and it shows Jesus surrounded by these buildings. And if you go back to Mark 13, chapter 1, verse 1, Mark chapter 13, verse 1, it tells you, and as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. And Jesus answering said unto him, Seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. I can guarantee you with 1,000,000% confidence that Jesus did sit and walk through the very buildings we see today. And yes, his disciples were like, wow, look at these structures. How can they be possible? And Jesus said, look at these buildings. There shall not be left one stone upon another, because Jesus knew how blasphemous the buildings were. Jesus knew that man could not accomplish such fashionable structures. He knew the reason why he came to earth to die for our sins is because the fallen angels came and destroyed the earth, built these cities, fornicated, ruined all of just human knowledge of good, bad, right, wrong. Everything was flipped and turned upside down. And Jesus knew he had to come and be the sacrificial lamb for humanity. And yes, these buildings were always here, even in Jesus's time. They are almost 5,000 to 6,000 years old. Absolutely insane. And yes, it all makes so much sense now. When Jesus was here, he was not preaching or living or walking around in mud huts. These buildings were here. The governments were ruling from these structures, the Canaanites, just like, and the Romans too. All the palaces were here. All the stonework that we see today has been here for thousands of years, not hundreds. Crystal Gem is here. Hello. So I appreciate everyone joining in and watching. I started this like in the middle of the afternoon. It's now 7 p.m. on the East Coast here. I definitely should take a break, go grab a drink and get my dinner. But we're not finished. We are far from finished. We've only covered a handful of cities. But in the cities I've shown you, it does show fallen angels and their signature all over the place, from South America to Asia to Europe to Africa. Yeah, we are closer than we've ever been. I'm not going to stop. This has been years of research and just, banging my head on walls, trying to figure out this long lost empire. And when it finally hit me 6 years ago, back in 2020, when I flew my drone over downtown Toronto, over one of these structures, and I was like, hold on a second. It just clicked. I just had to see the building from a different vantage point, because we walk past these structures every day, but we are so small and insignificant. And these structures are so massive that we're always in the rush, lost in the maze, underneath their gaze, that we don't realize. But during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, when that mad rush had stopped, no one was rushing, there was no one there, the city was empty. I was in the city and I saw everything for what it really was. And it was then, and the city, the traffic, the noise, the 9 to 5, everything had to stop for me to figure this out. That's the only thing I got out of the pandemic, was when the cities were ghost town, I got to see the buildings without being rushed along the sidewalk, without being rushed along in traffic trying to get somewhere. It was peaceful and I saw it and I felt it and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were there this whole time. It was unbelievable. So guys, please, let's get the views up on these videos, especially the world tour. I want to make sure more and more people realize, especially the Tartaria community, we need to, like John Levy, this guy, oh God. But yeah, I'm not going to go there, but there's a lot of Tartaria explorers. I've been just as long with the Tartaria, but I figured out real quick that Tartaria never existed and it was the reign of fallen angels. So we've got work to do to spread this truth. This is now being revealed, no longer in the dark. It's coming to light. It's dying to get out for sure. And who would not want to know this? Like, people love to travel. Like, what cities, like, we've all had cities we dreamt of traveling to one day. And now we have the internet and I can just walk through the city online and see things for what they really are. It changes everything. It's like, oh, maybe I don't need to go there, because what am I going to do there that I can't do in my own city, that I don't do here anyway, you know? So it's, if you're not doing it in your own city, why are you going to travel halfway across the world to not be able to do it in another city? Right? You're just giving energy to the beast system, and that's how it's set up. So I've got lots more to show you. LOL, says Eva. Lots more to show you. We've got lots more cities. So it would help if you subscribe. Make sure the notifications are on. I might try and come back tonight with a late night tour of some more cities in the world, some more uncovering and exposing of the fallen angels that created these cities. Comment the cities that you want to be seen. Comment any structures, whether it's Masonic halls, Masonic lodges, libraries, train stations. Let me know the name of the building. We're going to do a tour live online. We're going to point out the angels and their architecture, their signature, their artwork, their just everything about them. They are the ones being investigated and uncovered and exposed for everything they are and what they did, what they aspire to do, what they planned ahead with these structures and the energy, and what they're going to do during these end times. Exactly. All the courthouses looking identical. And I got more to show you. So if you enjoyed this first part, make sure please to subscribe, and it would help to share out to someone else that might be interested in a world tour and flying over every city, walking through every city square, checking out all these buildings, cathedrals, churches, government buildings, museums. I've gone through all of them. That's how I knew this wedding at Cana picture was in the Louvre, because I've been through it. I've been through the new mega museum in Cairo. We got to check out too. You can do anything online now. If someone's got a camera and they can walk around and go there, we can also see it too. So it's just, I've been able to use internet as the tool as it is supposed to be used for. I'm not a slave to it. The internet's a slave for me, and I demand the internet to show me every museum, every city, every station, every parliament building, every castle. I need to see it all, right? And that's it. And with that information and with those visuals, I can present to you and show you that, yes, Jesus was talking about the very buildings I've been showing you that are prevalent and significant in every city today and are still functioning. This is unbelievable that we're this close to uncovering the truth. And this only means that that we're also this close to the very end, because it's like Alpha or Omega. There's only, Jesus said, the day that we know that everything will be revealed is when he's going to return. So that means trial and tribulations has to happen, which means the reign of the Antichrist here on earth for 7 years. We're uncovering it all. I'll be back. I love and appreciate every single one of you. We're exposing the reign of the fallen angels. It's the reign of angels that no one else wants to go near. Everyone is locking themselves in with a Tartarian race that I can't prove existed. I cannot prove that Tartarians existed. That's all. There maybe was a part in Russia where people dressed like Tartarians, and there's a couple of images, but it's not a worldwide dominating empire. Tartarians is just a cover up for the fallen angels, because everywhere we've seen in the world, we've seen fallen angel statues, not Tartarians. I got a couple more images. So we went through that. That's the circuit board that we've seen worldwide. Again, it is every city, every square. This is what we're seeing. It might not look exactly like this today, but back when all the cities were first created, this is what they looked like. They had the arches with all the angels on each one. They had the angels over each column. Most places still have that. The angels all around the fountain. Every city and every square, there are silent angels everywhere. Then we have the wedding at Cana picture. So I included myself and made my own version of the wedding at Cana. So now this is amazing because yes, we have Jesus here in the middle. We have the architecture with the fallen angels. I'm also here getting wine that was once water that Jesus turned into wine. It's amazing. This should be in a museum. Times are changing. So yes, you find that one funny. So yeah, I've been doing all kinds of art, replicating all the artwork I seen in the museums. I'm like, what makes this so special? It needs to be hung up in a museum. I can do a lot better. And here's my version of the wedding at Cana. So let's go take down that other one, give it back to Napoleon, and let's hang my one up in the Louvre. I'd love to see that and see who gets more views, the Mona Lisa or my wedding at Cana. Research is fun, especially when you know how to use all the tools that we have at our fingertips now. It's amazing times. Do I have another picture? And this is the one. So in this image, which is the thumbnail, this is Las Lajas over here. So this is the sanctuary castle built by fallen angels in Colombia. And it was built in between two mountains over a river. And on the bridge has fallen angel statues, just like we see here on this bridge. This right here is Bana Hills, Vietnam, the pink castle. Doesn't exactly look like this. This looks more like a Disney castle, but the Disney castle is also a fallen angel structure. So we're going to have to go over the Disney castle video structures in another video. And there's Neuschwanstein, Germany, the other fairy tale castle built on a cliff in the middle of nowhere in Germany. So yeah, I was able to combine these three castles that I found worldwide and put them into one image. And it's the reign of fallen angels. Yep, Disney 666. Thank you, Maxwell. It's good to meet you. Angels are spiritual beings. They don't need wings to fly like birds do, says Keith. Thank you for that. Okay, I think I'm done. I've rambled on. Morella says on Earth, they do need wings. It's also obvious. I see it everywhere. Thanks for putting this together, Nico. Honestly, this has been 6 years in the making, and there's no perfect way to put this together. Like I've tried and thought of ways. Like I've done many videos on Tartaria in the past. We've called it the world the fallen angels created. So nothing's changed from what I found 6 years ago to the videos I posted. It's still the same thing. It's just I'm able to show it better now because the internet's more advanced. More people have cameras and technology, and more people have access to YouTube and channels, and everyone just wants to upload now. So it's like, I'll take it, right? No one really has time, energy, effort, and money to go to every city on earth to document this. So thankfully, I'm going to use YouTube while we can, and we're going to go through every single one. And like I said, I've already done it. So I'm doing it again now because I need you all to do it with me, and I need to bring you all along for the ride. And trust me, it is going to be fun. A lot of you have already been on this ride, and it is so much fun traveling, being in the comfort of your own home, exploring every city and just teleporting from one continent to another continent. This is what we're doing. We're hopping nation to nation, city to city. We're going to go to the Caribbean and expose the angels there. We're going to go back to Africa, expose the fallen angels there, back to Australia, New Zealand, back to all of Asia. You saw Singapore. It's ridiculous. You could just imagine what I'm going to show you in China, in Japan, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, Bali. This is epic. Epic. And there's still so much for me to still uncover, yet I've uncovered so much. Yes, it is the best ride. So yeah, the more you interact with the video once I posted it, the quicker I'll be back on. Like, so yeah, you guys control this show. You control which cities we investigate next. But like I said, I've gone through all of them. I wouldn't be doing this right now if I wasn't 100% sure that what I was showing you, telling you, teaching you, promising you was not the actual truth, but it actually is. And I have the Bible to back me up, so you don't get better than that. 3 hours, 30 minutes. Okay, we're getting long with these. The next one's just going to be just as long. So we'll see. I might be back in an hour or two. So let me know, guys. I'm sticking around. I'm ready to do some more tours. We're charging as we speak. So if you've been watching and listening to this live stream, you are the resistance.